with a drive, right field, way back there, gone! Tucker with a drive to center. Perkins going back. He looks up. It's gone! On the ground to short. Swanson is there. It'll be a winner-take-all Game 5 on Saturday.
Oh, goody. Oh, goody. A winner-take-all Game 5 in Milwaukee tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. Good God. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in. We'll make the most of it. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Our guy Josh is winning the Dad of the Year award right now in New York at the Comic-Con with his boy Jordy, and in for him, our guy Mitch Thunder Nellis. What's up, Thunder?
I should turn my mic on, huh?
Yeah, try that.
What up, Trevor? How are you? Good morning, bad morning, gross morning. I don't even know what to say about this morning. But good for Josh that he's in New York.
Yeah.
La-di-da. But no, it's man, like at least Game 3, like you felt like the Brewers were the better team. It just didn't go their way. Last night just sucked.
Not so much the better team last night. No. Follow us on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh for Mr. Albrecht. Oh, he's got some things to say this weekend. You follow along from him.
I'm sure he does. From
Mitch,
afar.
are you at Thunder MKE?
That is correct. Yep.
I thought
Thunder
so.
MKE. And
follow the show.
Here we go.
At Inside Wis Sports. Facebook and Twitter for the Fan is at The Fan Milwaukee. The website, thefanmilwaukee.com. You can watch us live on YouTube if you want. It's not going to be pretty today.
Which I mean, I know we get a few dozen, and eventually we'll get into the hundreds. Like, I'm just impressed that 3 people woke up with us at 6 a.m. to jump on. Like, I know the numbers rise throughout the morning.
Yeah, one's my wife.
All right.
One's my son, and
nice.
The other might be, I don't know.
It's definitely not my wife and daughters. Although my daughter is awake, it is homecoming day. And so they're doing they're already up and getting dressed in their crazy outfits and building floats and all that this morning. So, hey, Big Rumble, just throw the little shout out there. I'm sure she's not listening.
The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line is open, and it is going to be a doozy today. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. And away we go. All right. So first things first, what was that?
Oh,
literally, what was that? I before the game caught a quote from Pat Murphy.
Uh-oh.
And all it said was, here's Pat Murphy quoting Shakespeare with no context. And I went, huh?
Well, first of all, there should be context. Yeah. Well, they did you a disservice by giving you that quote with no context.
So here's the context. Somebody asked Murph pre-game about Freddie Peralta and understanding that there's guys in the division that obviously know who he is.
Yep.
But does he not get enough credit throughout baseball for the type of top-level starting pitcher he is?
Good question. That's fair.
Murph says, I don't know what kind of credit you guys give him and don't, because I don't spend my time. And then he goes, I read a lot of Shakespeare and things like that in my free time, so I don't see a lot of who gets credit and who doesn't. And then he goes on to say, I know in our clubhouse, and I know the opposing players I talk to, they all really respect the heck out of him for who he is. Where that ranks in the game, I don't really know. And then he goes, oh, by the way, the Shakespeare thing was a joke. Or was it? And then he says, to be or not to be, that is the question. And he rambles on about Hamlet.
Right. And somebody followed up with oh, that's funny, Murph, because I was going to ask you about what Shakespeare you're reading. And it's oh, it's Hamlet, or what your favorite Shakespeare drama is. Oh, it's Hamlet. And it's you know what? I like those sort of things from Murph. What, you don't always know if he's being serious or if he's not being serious. You don't always know if he's tongue in cheek or if he's just keeping people on their toes, whatever it might be. I like that levity. I like that. I was thinking about it because I do think a lot of managers and a lot of dudes in sports do read the articles. They read the press clippings. They do. I think Murph might actually be telling the truth here, that he doesn't actually read what Adam McCalvey writes and what Jack Stern writes and what Kurt Hogue and Todd Rosiak and Drew Wagner and all the writers who write about the Brewers. I think there's a chance he doesn't read any of it, as opposed to like some managers who obsess over that stuff. And that might be healthy, Trevor.
It is healthy, I think. And it leaves a guy puzzled when you hear the manager pregame spouting off Hamlet. Do you know what that line was, by the way, Mitch?
To be or not to be?
Yeah. Do you have any idea what that means? I'm not a Shakespeare guy. Do you? Are you?
It's like common in cultural parlance.
If Josh was here right now, he would be freaking out that Murph even put that into the stratosphere. That whole to be or not to be thing is all about exploring the fundamental question of life versus death.
Yes.
No.
Are you saying that's where the Brewers are on that precipice right now, Trevor?
Listen, the Cubs have been on that precipice for 2 games, and we haven't been able to close the deal.
That is true.
And that is brutal.
Yeah. Absolutely
brutal. Okay, you and I were texting throughout the conversation last night in regards to the game.
Yeah.
By the way, not so much thanks to TBS, TNT, True TV, Turner TV, whatever it was for that audio to start the game.
No, it was. I was watching it like literally this morning, and it was still all messed up. And I also have to tell our people internally here, Trevor, that it's playoff baseball, so you can't just set the DVR and say record the game. You have to extend it by half an hour. Because we definitely cut off in the 8th inning. Because these games, you know that the regular season, like the Major League Baseball has done a great job at getting the games to 2:45, maybe to 2.5. Playoff games are going more than 3 hours. With all the pitching changes, with all the moves, these games are going late. You and I both were like, what was it, 7th? Right when Carson Kelly, right as he hit that non-home run, you and I were texting each other like, I'm going to bed. Like, enough of it. I can't do this. If they have a miraculous comeback, it's worth me being asleep and waking up at 4:15 and finding out about it then.
That's the truth, because I wouldn't have been able to go to sleep. But it turns out when I head hit the pillow, down 6-0, fell asleep pretty quickly.
Same. My wife was nervous. She was like, "You're going to keep me up," and I'm like, "No, I'm falling asleep immediately."
Yeah, we're done. The Nicolay Law fan talking text line, we're already chiming in. Here we go. 414-677-1250. The 612, which is Bob in Minneapolis. Fire. Typical Brewers. Crash and burn. On Monday, I'll have to hear on how great and exciting the season was. I hope I'm wrong, but am I?
Oh, Bob. First of all, I have questions is the next segment. So man, I hope if we are talking Monday morning about, hey, we had a great ride and we need to respect how good this team was for 162 and that a 5-game series is a blip. I don't want that conversation at all. Like I don't know what I'll do. I'll drive off the side of the road. I'm not interested in that conversation. I'm interested in the LA freaking Dodgers and getting to that series. I'm not interested in having a great regular season. I'm interested in winning a playoff series, which is it's what they need to do.
I'll have to hear about how great and exciting the season was. We're not there yet. Josh would say it if he's here. We're not done yet.
And listen, everything changes at AmFam. We've seen how emotional the home crowds are in this series, but it sure doesn't feel good, does it, Trevor?
No, not at all. First pitch, 7:08 tomorrow night, AmFam Field.
Ruined my dinner plans.
But, I got things going on tomorrow. Yeah. Big things going on. Yeah. Celebrate Flocktoberfest is tomorrow here in my neighborhood. A huge Oktoberfest party.
I don't know what that means. Are there birds involved?
Yeah, the pink flamingos. These are the birds.
Flamingos. So is that like the upside down pineapple?
No, absolutely not.
There are communities that if you put pink flamingos in your yard,
it's a nonprofit. Holy hell!
I was just checking.
It's a nonprofit.
Nice.
I'm a part of a nonprofit. There's 2 nonprofits getting together on Saturday. Local charities, youth groups, organizations, families in need. I
love that. Okay.
And there's 2 events throughout the year that these 2 groups do, and they're combining their efforts for this one this weekend.
I love that.
11 a.m. to 11 p.m. tomorrow. We have outstanding weather, huge tents, and now we have a baseball game at 7:08.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what the rebroadcast or redistribution rules are, but there will be TVs.
Yes.
Or a projector or something.
Yes. Thank you. Good. That's what I like to hear.
So what went wrong, Thunder? I mean, ultimately, it's pretty easy to look at the box score and go, well, we didn't get any hits.
Right.
You're right.
Right. You're not going to win a baseball game when you score 0 runs, regardless of how many runs you give up in the first inning or how many home runs you give up. When you score 0, you're not going to win. And for a long time, this game was 3-0. And it was going to be another one of those games where the Cubs got a big hit, scored runs in the first inning, and then didn't score again, and giving the Brewers an opportunity to come back. It never happened. The Brewers never came back. They got guys to second base, but they never moved people. The one inning where they had first and second, they bunt them over to second and third. Ortiz gets the bunt down. You got Yelich and Chourio coming up, and you get strikeout, and then Chourio swings at the first pitch and pops up. And that was like literally the only inkling of opportunity. And it's like, ugh. And the rest of the game, you and I were texting about it last night. No energy. Where's the energy, guys? Where's the Brewers mentality of we make you play 27 outs? We make you play baseball. They didn't make the Cubs play baseball last night. The Cubs cruised last night. It was like a day off. They were at Club Med last night, sipping Mai Tais while they were rolling over the Brewers last night.
But bad news, the Cubs played baseball last night, and the Brewers didn't. 10 hits for the Cubs. Home runs galore by the same people that keep hitting home runs off the Brewers. I said to Josh yesterday, can we just roll the ball? Literally, off the mound, just roll the ball
in the first inning?
Yeah.
Yes.
Forget it. Or pick your battles. Choose who you're going to pitch to. I know that there's any number of Brewers on our roster that can hit home runs at any time. Hell, even Jory Ortiz can hit a home run from time to time.
He has.
But it's pretty clear who's got the big bats for the Cubbies and who doesn't.
Yep.
So maybe we just pick our battles a little bit better. Freddie, by the way, did not pitch bad.
No, he had one bad pitch.
But it's one bad inning, and I've been calling him first inning Freddie forever. This is how the dude pitches.
Yep.
He's always a little something in the first inning. Yep. And we've all been able to accept that. But then our bats don't show up. And that's where the problem lies for the Brewers.
Adam McCalvey, who writes for MLB.com, covers the Brewers. Yeah, he put out a tweet late last night. Freddie Peralta, Murph is big. Murph always says home runs aren't hits. They're pitched. They're thrown. Freddie Peralta says, for me, it wasn't a mistake. It was the pitch we wanted, but he was just able to hit it really hard. But William Contreras didn't quite see it that way. He said, I think it could have been a better pitch. Credit to him for connecting on that pitch. I watched that pitch 5 times in a row. It was the fattest of fat fastballs that Freddie Peralta pitches. There was no movement. When Freddie pitches, there's movement. There's energy on his pitches. There was nothing. It was the fattest of fat pitches. Brutal.
Yeah. Yard, too. It wasn't just that barely made it over.
No. Ian Happ crushed that ball in the first inning. And 3-0 again. Down 3-0 right away. And yes, the Brewers are the woodpeckers. They peck back. They peck back. They peck back. But at some point, it's tiring.
No pecking last night, though, Mitch. There was no pecking.
I know. Because at some point, it's tiring. At some point, the first game, solo home run, they answer right away with 6. All right, great. Brewers cruise. Second game, 3-run homer. Vaughn hits a 3-run homer. Now it's a new game. Game 3, they score a run. The Cubs score a run. It's nip and tuck the entire way. Last night, it just seemed when Happ hit that home run, maybe it's a late game. Maybe it's that they knew they didn't know what they had in game 5, and there was already too much pressure on Freddie, and it didn't go right in the first inning. But it just seemed that the wind came out of their sails, which we haven't seen through 165 games this year. We finally saw it last night that the energy was not there.
I have questions about that. And luckily, that's our next segment here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. So get your questions in. The Nicolay Law fan talk and text line is wide open and already flourishing,
yes,
if that's what you want to call it. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. I have questions about what happened last night or more about what didn't happen last night. Don't forget, at the top of the hour, we call it the morning mind dump. Yesterday, it took up the entire 7 o'clock hour.
Love that.
And I kind of hope it does again, too.
I can't see how it won't, right? I mean,
we'll see The coffee will be kicked in.
Finally.
We got to get the things off our chest. And I think there's a couple, 2-3 things to get off our chest this morning, out of our heads.
Sir, yes, sir.
The hard part is, as I still have confidence. And Josh sent me a text message last night that really did a good job of summing up his fandom. I kind of want to give him credit for this. Don't tell him that.
Okay.
He says, this is all I'm going to say. Sometimes the hard part about being a realistic fan is that you say things that you are negative potential outcomes,
Okay.
and you end up being right. You have to prepare yourself for heartbreak and pray for survival.
Being right sucks sometimes.
Oh, especially on the negative side,
And
which is why I choose not to talk about it.
Well, and do you know what every Brewers fan doesn't want to hear today, but I have to say it also.
Oh, good. Get it out in the first segment, at least.
At least we're not Philly fans.
Well, there's that.
Like, they had to sit through the baseball and the football last night. At least we're not Philly fans. Like, I can't believe Philly's not burning right now. Like, how is Philly not burning? Like, knowing Philly fans and knowing how they react to things, man, at least we're not Philly fans. That doesn't make it better for us. I understand that. Like, we're still worried and nervous and scared and mad and all the negative emotions after what happened last night at Wrigley. But at least we got one more game. At least it's at home. We have no idea who's pitching. We have so many questions, Trevor.
And we'll get the answers to all of them. And if not, we'll just call it a venting session, which is also what we're going to do in the 7 o'clock hour. Okay, we're off and running. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. I'm fine. That's one of my favorite Friends quotes ever. When Ross is like, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I don't know. It's so squeaky.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's this quote from Half Baked. This is how I feel this morning.
Don't worry. I'm not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do. Flip out.
Maybe I might.
Flip out.
I might flip out. We'll see. But first, I have questions, and we're going to get to that next. Hey, we are so jacked that you are here with us here on The Fan and the all-new lineup. It is absolutely amazing. 6 to 9, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor Thomas and Josh Albrecht. 9 to noon with John Kuhn is back, and Rami Makloff's a part of it. Noon to 2, the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Thunder Nellis, that's him, presented by Verizon. 2 to 5, Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's. And 5 to 6, the Fan postgame show with Tommy Wartz. I have questions, and so does Mitch, and so do you. So get them in on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. We are live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
the first thing I would say is the crowd was incredible tonight. I mean, I've never seen a baseball game like that. That was just amazing what they did tonight.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares, Greg. Marquee Sports Network or something like that. Whatever. All right, what's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in. Here we go. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. My name is Trevor Thomas. Josh Albrecht is on a little trip with his guy, Jordy, an early birthday present. He took him to Comic-Con in New York. So we hope he's having a blast with Jordy. Lottie freaking da. That's Mitch Thunder Nellis, in case you were wondering. We are live on YouTube. Go ahead and join us there if you so chose. Follow us on the Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW and at On Air Josh. And this morning, Thunder MKE on the Twitter is with us as well. Inside Wis Sports is the show page. The Fan is on there at The Fan Milwaukee. The website, thefanmilwaukee.com, where you can listen to us live and anywhere you are for free on the Odyssey app.
Love it.
I have questions, and that's what
here we go.
This segment is all about. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, we need your questions because I could ramble for 2 straight hours about the questions that I have about this team right now. I am not, just so we're clear, I am not questioning this team.
Ooh.
I'm still not questioning, but I do have questions that will hopefully keep me in the realm of I don't need to question this team. But boy, am I close. I am right there. And obviously, it'd be pretty easy to go on Monday if we don't play in the NLCS to go, all right, I'm questioning everything about this team.
Yeah, that changes the whole paradigm, right?
But for now, I simply have questions, and I think that's fair. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. Get your questions in. 414-677-1250. Mitch, here's my first one.
All right, here we go.
What happened between games 1 and 2 and games 3 and 4? Like, did somebody kick someone's dog or something? I mean, the team that showed up with the energy and the life and the charisma and the moxie and the confidence that was game 1. And then game 2 made all of us way more nervous than we needed to be in regards to Ashby starting, right? It was the bullpen game.
Yep.
I would say, other than the first inning, which has kind of been our vice, that was the game that we had the best pitching in.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah. 3 runs in the first inning and then none the rest of the way.
Bingo.
7 in the third innings of shutout ball from the bullpen.
So what happened with this team between those 2 games and these last 2 games, and specifically last night? Because literally they came on the field, Mitch, as if somebody kicked their dog.
They did. All right. So I'm gonna attack this. And you said specifically last night, but I'm gonna go back to that actual delineation between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Obviously, the easy answer is they went from the beautiful shores of Lake Michigan in Milwaukee and went 90 minutes south to a big dump, right? They went to the dump, and that changes things. But I will also say Quinn Priester. And I love Quinn. And if you listen to the Mason Crosby show with me, we with Tommy Wirtz have talked about the dog that Quinn Priester has been all year long. You give him the ball, the Brewers win that game. That was it. They won 19 straight games in games that he pitched in. He for whatever reason, I don't know if it was him, I don't know if it was Murph not appropriately evaluating the situation. I don't know if it was too long of a rest. I don't know if it was that he was pitching in front of friends and family because he's from the area. But the Quinn Priester start threw everything off for games 3 and 4. And yes, you should be able to overcome that.
I hate that you're right.
Well, I hate to say I usually am because I think I'm an idiot. But then I say something smart and I'm like, what? Quinn Priester, like it just, and I love Quinn, but I have, I said this yesterday. I'm going to say it again today. Quinn should have started game 2. Quintana should have started game 3. And if that happens, I don't even know if we're talking about this today. We might be talking about the Dodgers all day long because the Brewers already won this round yesterday. And so I'm just, I don't know what went wrong. I don't know if the moment was, yes, Murphy said the moment was just too big for him. But with all that said, a bad start doesn't mean you have to lay an egg last night. Like there was no that doesn't explain what happened specifically last night. I have no explanation for last night.
Yeah, no doubt. Other than that was the dump. The dump has our number right now, and I am so sick of the dump.
Oh, that's it. I've had it with this dump. We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Somebody kicked someone's dog last night.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Hank got kicked, or New
Jeez.
Hank, or what Hank the second, or whatever.
R.I.P. Hank.
I used to live on the same street as Hank.
Oh,
so, yeah. The Brewers council, like the chief counsel, she and her, the family that adopted Hank, she lived like 4 blocks north of me. And so I used to see Hank out like walking around. Like, hey, Hank. Woo. That's
all right. So the other question is, what does pitching look like tonight, Mitch? Because
tomorrow night.
I'm sorry. Well, it feels like it's tonight.
It does.
Tomorrow night, 7:08.
Pregame has started now. We are officially, Tommy Orts is not here, but we are officially starting the leadoff show for the game tomorrow night. We've got 37 hours till first pitch. Let's go, people.
That's my way of wishing it was already tomorrow night at 7:08 p.m.
I know.
I really do. This is going to be an agonizing day.
It really is. It's going to be brutal.
So what's the pitching look like? Hear me out on this real quick. Hear my thoughts, and then I want your answer.
And then we will, because I thought Gasser was it, and then obviously he was pitched last night and was horrible. So
somewhere Tobias Myers is sitting there with a cup of tea like Kermit the Frog going, but this isn't my problem.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the pitching look like tonight? This is the segment here on Inside Wisconsin Sports. We do it every day at 6:25. Yeah. I have questions, and we want your questions as well. 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan talk and text line. My question is, Mitch, who's pitching tomorrow night?
That is a great question. Trevor, you ask the hard questions.
Oh, here I am.
Yeah. Anybody?
So I have an idea.
I have a question. Does anybody call you Big T?
Some people call me T, but nobody.
All right. No.
They call me Big Fella. What's up, Big Fella? I've had people in my past call me Big Old Boy.
Okay, that's fair.
I've had some people call me far worse names when I'm standing in front of them at a concert or at the Brewer game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, sorry, not sorry.
When a 6'8" guy standing up, sir, could you please get off the ladder? Can you please sit down?
Right, because I asked to be this tall.
Right, yeah.
And it's been, tall guys in the back my whole life.
You planned it.
Drank a lot of milk.
Yeah.
So I have some theories on pitching. I want to get yours as well. And based on your rant just now, I hate to say this, I think Quintana and Priester are one of the two starting choices. Quintana pitched what, 2 the other night?
3. But not, he didn't throw, I want to say through 49 pitches.
But he should be
bringing it up right now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He
clearly Priester's got gas left in the tank.
Yeah.
Unless there's a leak.
Right. Well, let's not go there.
So we got Miz. Trevor McGill looked like absolute dog doo-doo last night.
He did. But you got to remember, weird situation. He's not used to pitching in that situation. And I thought Frelick could have caught that ball. Like that flare to right. I thought Frelick gave up on it, thought it was going to fall further in front of him than it did. For a Gold Glover, I thought he could have made a play.
Was that still 3-0 though?
Yeah.
So I said to you via text, I don't know that was worth the risk. You're right. I'm saying you could
to bring him in. So
no. I'm saying for Frelick. It was 3-0. I think there was one out.
Right.
I think it was the first guy on base. Whatever the strategy was in that point of the game.
Yep.
I think a lot more damage could have been done had he done what happened in game 2 or game 1 when that flare from the Brewers darted to left field and their left fielder dove for it.
Yeah.
Wasn't even close. Off the wall. Boom, we score.
Back to your question. Quinn Priester pitched 39 pitches in the first inning of game 3. Jose Quintana did pitch 49 pitches, which is a decent amount. That's more than you usually throw in your in-between start. But that's not a number that he won't have. He'll definitely have some gas left in the tank for game 7. So you're looking at Quinn Priester and Jose Quintana, huh?
I think so. And obviously we have the Miz. Justin in Port Washington on the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and text line says, screw it. Throw Miz on the mound out there for game 5.
Mm-hmm.
Could happen. I like him in relief. I was confused by when we put Trevor McGill into the game last night, but I also didn't necessarily question it.
I think they just wanted a quick shutdown inning.
I'm cool with that.
And I think that's what they thought they could get from McGill. And I do kind of think that if Freely catches that ball, they do kind of get that inning. But they also wanted to get him some action, right? To see what they had. I still trust him. I know it didn't look good last night. I'd have no problem going to McGill tomorrow night obviously Uribe's the closer, but if they need 100 out of the pen and Mizrowski's already pitched, I still trust that Trevor McGill could come in and get it done.
I agree.
I really do.
There's something else to be said about what we did with Peralta last night, and this is my last question. I know you have a couple as well.
Yeah.
Did you hear Murph after the game say, we have to be careful with him and his pitch count? He has to start game 2 for us. And I went, huh? What? Yeah. No, we play to win the game.
Yes.
Win today.
What happened?
That's
Win today. Right.
Win today.
Yeah.
That's
win
it.
Today. Yep.
We can't. There is no tomorrow after Saturday if we don't win today. Well, all right. What are your questions?
That's a great. I love the cockiness of that. Right. I love the confidence that he's good. I almost wish instead of he's got to start for us game 2, I almost would have liked to have him to say he's going to start for us game 2.
I just don't like hearing that you have to be careful with a pitcher based on what you hope is going to happen. Because somewhere CC Sabathia is like, just put me in the game.
Right. I know. Is that all right? But is that all right? Here's a question I have for you based on that. I have different questions, but based on that, reacting to that, is that bulletin board material for the Chicago Cubs that Murph said he's got to start for us game 2?
No, the bulletin board material for the Cubs is yesterday's box score.
They just like, hey, we got their number.
10 hits to 3 hits.
I know. All right. So let's see. Do I have number of? I don't have number of pitches. I think Miz starts. I think Miz starts. Although, all right, here's what I could see. I think there's a Quintana sandwich. Okay. And I don't know if it's Miz Priester or Priester Miz, but I think the way it works out to go righty, lefty, like Murphy likes so much in the batting order, I think he does that with the pitching staff in game 5 as well. So whether it's Priester for 2, then Quintana for 2, then Miz for 2, or the other way around, Miz for 2, then Quintana for 2, then Priester for 2. I think Murphy will have it in his mind that that's what he would like to do. And he would like to get through 6, maybe 7. 7 will be great. But if he can get through 6 with Priester, Quintana, and Miz doing what they do, I think that ends up being the key for this team, man. And my other question is, why can't the baseball gods be nicer to Brandon Woodruff? Why can't the baseball gods just be nicer to Woody? Because Woody on this team, this series is already done.
True.
Right? I mean, whether it's 3 or 4, Woody on this team changes everything. And it's like, man, if Woody could have just...
Is there a chance he pitches in the NLCS, hoping to God we get there?
No, nobody's talked about it with Murph. There's a chance. I would say yes. I would say it's less than 50%. But I would say, yeah, I would say there's a chance. Do you want to read what Jason and Wilmot just?
There's a couple of questions here on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line.
To that one, I think.
That we're wondering if Josh is okay. The 414 says, I love Thunder, and perhaps I missed it, but is Josh okay after the game last night? Jason and Wilmot says, just tuning in. Did Josh actually die last night?
Why do you think I'm here? You think I would choose to wake up and I'm not a morning person. This is not me. No, I love being here, Trevor.
You're killing it, man. I'm glad to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
No, Josh is in New York City with his son, Jordy. Mm-hmm. It's Jordy's early birthday present. They had this planned a long time ago. I was out for the Dallas game, right? Because I had that scheduled before all of this started.
Yeah.
And so too did this have on schedule with Josh. They are at the Comic-Con in New York for Jordy's birthday. He will be back on Monday. I read a text earlier from him. I will throw it again out there for all of you in the morning mind dump at the top of the next hour.
Okay.
I want to get to your questions. We'll do that in the next segment, Mitch. And it's also the most electrifying sound of the day coming up next. You are listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. The most electrifying sound of the day is next. Stay here. Welcome back. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht is on assignment with Jordy in New York City, enjoying Comic-Con for Jordy's birthday. Our guy, Mitch Thunder Nellis, is here. What's up, Mitch?
What's up, Trevor? It's just blah. Blah.
That's how the first things out of our mouth to start the show at the top of the hour.
Blah. Exactly. That's how it feels today.
Luckily, that's not the most electrifying sound of the day, but this is time for the most electrifying sound of the day.
Hess breaks his bat. Kirkering got to find it. Throws to the plate. Oh, my goodness. He throws it away. And the Dodgers have won. The Dodgers win.
That is Brian Anderson on TBS last night in the bottom of the 11th as Orion Kirkering misplayed the comebacker and then misguidedly tried to throw the ball home instead of going to first. A perfect throw, and the runner was safe anyway. It was a bad decision all around. Philly goes home. The Dodgers go to the NLCS.
And Philadelphia Eagles lost last night. We'll get to that later in the show.
Giants.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't lose to somebody good. They didn't lose to Tampa. They didn't lose to the Packers. They lost to the New York Football Giants, Trevor.
So the Dodgers are there. We know that is who is up next. Will it be against our Brewers or those punk people from Chicago?
Gross.
What are your questions this morning, Mitch?
I already have a bad question that I don't want to ask, but based on what you just said, I have to ask it. Will you watch the NLCS if our Milwaukee Brewers are not in it?
No, I'm out.
That is the correct answer, by the way. That was a test. That is the correct answer. Nicely done.
I love baseball.
Yeah.
I am a baseball guy first and everything else second. Okay. And I live in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Like, I am here. Right. I see Lambeau every day when I drive to the radio station.
The shadow. Yep.
No, not the shadow. The big G.
Yeah.
It's there.
You're not even in the shadow. You got the whole thing.
Got the whole thing. I'm out on baseball if the Brewers are out.
Yeah.
I'll watch the World Series because I love that celebration. There's nothing better, in my opinion. Oh, I don't know if I will. If they're, let's not go there.
Right.
But it compares only for me to the Stanley Cup. Like that celebration with the cup is outstanding.
Yes.
But I love all the gloves getting thrown in the air, the hats, everybody running, tackling.
The pig pile that they all jump onto each other.
I want that. Oh, I want that so bad. That's what makes this so hard.
Where's do you have the ability to put out an APB? Like, do you know some people in the police department? Can you like an all points bulletin? I have a missing persons alert on Bryce Terrain.
Who is it?
Bryce Terrain.
God, what?
And like listening to me and Tommy, man, we love Bryce Terrain, and we started talking about this in March. And as a light hitting middle infielder in high school myself, who had a great glove but couldn't hit it all. I love Bryce Terrain's game. And then he comes out in August and he hits 10, 11 home runs, 10, 11, and it just is unbelievable. And in September cools off, and now cannot hit his way out of a paper bag. Has been batting third or fourth this entire series, batted second, actually. I kind of wish they'd gone back to that original lineup. I did not like Murphy's lineup at all last night. I liked it less last night than in game 3 because I didn't understand. You put up 6 runs. You put up 6 runs against Boyd in game 1. How do you not just come back with the same lineup in game 4?
Thank you.
That didn't make any sense to me
it doesn't
at all.
Make sense. I don't get it.
Right.
I don't get it. He was batting 4th last night, Mitch.
Yeah.
Cleanup.
Yeah.
Any idea what his postseason average is? Take a guess.
It's like 143,
125.
Yeah. I mean, he just can't hit right now. He looks lost. Like I don't know how much coaching you've done in your life. I coach girls softball. And one of the things I talk about is like having, we don't waste pitches. We have competitive pitches when, with Priester had no competitive pitches the other night. To have competitive swings, to step toward the pitcher, to be focused. And it just looks like he's like waving the bat up there. I know he's not. I know he's a professional baseball player, but it looks terrible right now. It really does.
7 strikeouts for him in the postseason.
Yeah. Leading the team, if not leading the league.
There was a moment in game 3 that was very, very confusing for me with Bryce Terang at the plate. And to this moment, I still don't have the answer.
Yep.
Churio was on second.
Yep. Lead off double.
Nobody was out.
Nope.
Terang's up to bat.
Yep.
And he, on 4 pitches, struck out the worst I've ever seen anybody strike out in the history of strikeouts.
Like, and if you're not going to bunt, that's okay. But at least move the runner over. You're Bryce Terang. Like, this is your job. Your job is to move him over. It's a 1-run game. You get a leadoff double. You have to move him over.
It's not okay that he didn't bunt. He has to bunt there. Somebody is like, well, maybe the sign wasn't to bunt. I don't care.
You bunt anyway.
Now I have questions as to why the sign wasn't to bunt.
Yeah.
Ortiz
with as much bunting as they do.
So that's my point, Mitch. Where did that baseball go?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How many stolen bases do the Brewers have in the postseason?
I feel like 1. I know in game, it was either 1 or 2. Christian Yelich stole third base in like the 8th inning, and they were questioning, like, why are you stealing up 9-3? So I think it was game 1. Like, that's the only stolen base I remember.
What happened to that?
1 stolen base?
Stolen base.
Right. I get that you get tighter in the postseason and you don't take as many risks. But this team, like, I'm looking at, I think they took the stolen base away from him because I'm looking at the postseason stats right now. I think they ended up changing it to defensive indifference.
0 stolen bases.
So
0. That's crazy. That's not the baseball that got us here.
At all.
Sacrifices are what got us here.
Yep.
Woodpeckering is what got us here.
Yep.
Stealing bases, having confidence, showing moxie, smiling, the power of friendship,
right.
Magic brew,
right,
euchre magic.
Pocket pancakes.
Somebody shake somebody.
No, it does not feel good. Did you see what Bernie in Pennsylvania just wrote in?
Just now, is the season of failure if the Brewers lose to the Cubs. Can we talk about that on Monday, please?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that today. Bernie, I hear you. I understand. It's a question. I don't want to have an answer today because I don't even want to go down that road. I don't.
Right.
And I listen, I have a hell of a morning mind dump coming.
Oh, boy. Cannot wait.
Big one.
Jason and Sheboygan writes in, can we just get a scoreless first inning, please?
Seriously.
Can we just get a score like tomorrow night? Whether it's I think it'll be Priester or Miz because I think Quintana pitches second. Can we just get a scoreless first inning? I actually have more faith. This is going to sound weird. I have more faith in Priester than I do in Miz.
Yeah, Priester had the yips.
Inning. Right, he had the yips. But I think if you work that out, I think Priester's still Priester. Miz is prone to first inning runs.
Adam McKelvey's article about Priester growing up a Cubs fan, living in northern Illinois. It is what it is. Right? He went to his Lambeau Field and pitched in a deciding playoff game for the Milwaukee Brewers. And he was at his Lambeau.
Yeah.
And he dropped a touchdown pass that would have sealed the game. That's it. I mean, I should have seen that coming. I was disappointed in myself. I said to myself, Self, you can do better.
Yeah.
We need to be more aware of those things. And Murphy admitted it. Maybe the moment was just too big for him. And none of us saw that coming, but is what it was.
Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal.
The Nicolay Law fan talks and text line is wide open. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. The morning mind dump is next.
Trevor, you know what I love about the Nicolay Law fan talking text line is that it's always open. Like I logged in at 4:45 this morning and there's already texts that like people sent during the game that they know we're not live during like at 11 at night, but people are already texting in, getting us ready for the day. Like, I told you this was going to happen or blah, 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 whatever it is. I love that.
The Nicolay Law fan talking text line is always open. And especially at the top of the next hour, we call it the morning mind dump. Get your questions, comments, concerns, thoughts. Get them out. We want them. We need them. And that is next. The most amazing part of our show, in my humble opinion.
All right. I'm going to go inside radio real quick. So I know that we break at 55:43, but on our board, it says 55 because I know that like clocks are changing. I can't tell you why,
Yeah,
but clocks are
Monday.
changing. So I thought we were hitting 55 here.
That's all right.
Now I don't know.
I heard
now
you.
We'll see. We'll see if it goes at 55:45.
It will.
Okay, well, okay.
Which
so
is
we got
in 10 seconds.
15
So
seconds.
let me say this,
You got
and
it.
then you watch.
Inside Radio, everybody.
Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh from the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sports Book. Here we go. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Start the show.
For the drive, right field, way back there, gone! Tucker with a drive to center. Perkins going back. He looks up. It's gone! On the ground to short. Swanson is there. It'll be a winner-take-all, Game 5 on Saturday.
Mitch, let's do it again. God. Oh, fine. You know what? Fine. If this is what you wanted, this is what you get, Chicago. You come back to Milwaukee and show us that you actually know what you're doing. Because I don't think you do. I just think the Brewers had a bad game or two. And we proved it in games 1 and 2. Here we go. What's up, Wisconsin? I know. We're all in a mood this morning. The talk and text line powered by Nicolay Law. Yeah, burn it down. It's right. Oh, my God, Mitch.
You see what I did there?
You have no idea what you just did there,
Do you see what I did there?
No, you don't. I know what you did there, and I love it. And you're not going to believe the text message I just sent my family.
We're
Just now.
We're waking up at 8 a.m. in the morning
Oh,
tomorrow.
no.
Is that?
You have no idea the can of worms you just opened.
Oh, my gosh.
Let me get through this, and then I'm literally going to read you the text I just sent my family. By the way, welcome in. I hate this guy.
You gotta love him. He's so good at what he does.
Absolutely hate him.
Nice.
And guess who he's wrestling?
Exactly.
My guy.
I know. What do you think? This is not my first rodeo.
I know. That's Mitch Thunder Nellis, by the way. Josh is okay. He's just in New York. He did not die.
I mean, he's not
after...
okay. Let's be honest.
Oh,
he's not okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Let's check the boxes, shall we? We're live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios. We're powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We're on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, at Inside Wis Sports, at Thunder MKE, at the Fan Milwaukee. Good God. There's all the things. Just follow along. It's a blast.
Amen, brother.
Listen to us on thefanmilwaukee.com or for free on the Odyssey app. You can tune in on YouTube. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Just go there and search Inside Wisconsin Sports. We'll pop right up. Okay. This is my favorite segment of the show. It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
The coffee has kicked in.
Nice.
And we all are holding on to a little tension this morning from last night's game.
You're not wrong.
Let's get it off our chest. Let's get it out of our head. Let's just say what needs to be said. This is called the Morning Mind Dump. 414-677-1250. This is a safe place. 414-677-1250.
Like literally whatever's on your mind?
Literally anything. It could be about the game last night. It could be about WWE this weekend. Obviously, there's
the
a
Eagles
fairly
stink.
big the Eagles stuff. Barely big game tomorrow night. Barely a big game tomorrow night.
Yep.
The Nicolay Law fan talking text line 414-677-1250. Let me explain to you what you just did. Okay?
All right.
So my wife and I pride ourselves, and here come the judgments, and I do not care.
Love it.
My wife and I pride ourselves on being cool parents.
Yeah.
With iron fists. Our boys know
Ooh,
that we are not their best friend, yet we love them dearly and want to have fun, and we'll shake them sideways if they need to be shook.
Ages?
13 and 15-year-old boys.
Okay, so I have 15-year-old and 12-year-old girls. So just so you know.
Slightly different.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's a whole different can of worms. Yeah.
So I have not seen my oldest son in, I think, 3 days.
Okay.
It's just how our schedules are running right now.
Sports or other stuff? Or?
He's in sports, and I work a morning radio show.
Sure. Yeah. True story.
When I'm in bed, he's barely getting home. And when I leave in the morning, he's not up.
Yeah, there's no way.
And I literally have not seen him for like 3 or 4 days. I don't even know the last time I saw him. It sucks. I absolutely hate that. I see our youngest son in passing. He's a huge gamer, which I love. He's a huge WWE guy.
Nice.
And literally, I have not seen my wife awake in 3 days. Okay.
Well, you know, I'm sure there's some funny comments you can make there too, but we're good here.
I'm very over that.
Yeah,
Let me just tell you.
I believe it.
This has been one hell of a week. However,
yeah, it has.
I sent this text message to my family this morning.
Okay.
We have a little group text with the 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, love you guys. Hate that I haven't been around much. I miss you so much. Have a great day today. Let's get through it. And then let's have an awesome weekend together. And then I said this also, and I spelled these words out, but I can't say them on the air.
Okay.
My wife and I pride ourselves.
Yeah.
We think cool parents use bad words.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. That's just
Absolutely.
who we are.
No, I fully support that. Yep.
So I sent to my sons and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Also, F Seth Rollins.
Okay.
F the team that my son's football team lost to last night.
Oh, boo.
And F the Cubs.
Okay.
And
Love
then
it.
you play that crap.
Yes. Perfect.
Your timing was
I
horrendous.
didn't even know. I did not know, right? We did not set that up.
No.
That was just happenstance that Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are facing each other tomorrow morning in Perth, Australia, at the Crown Jewel Championship for the ring, as part of and I know some people go crazy when we talk WWE for 2 minutes because it's not sports, it's entertainment, blah blah blah. That's fine.
ESPN says differently now.
Well, yeah, ESPN is also entertainment, you could argue. But no, it's fun. My 12-year-old daughter watches every second of everything. So she Raw, SmackDown, every PLE, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. So she has her alarm set for 7:55 tomorrow
That's
morning.
awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
like she already has it set that she's like waking up, having breakfast, watching wrestling. So.
We're going to talk that WWE PLE coming up in the 8 o'clock hour because we have to, because I'm a huge fan as well, because my youngest son is a fan, which made me a fan, which made our oldest son a fan, and my wife a fan.
Nice.
It's kind of fun.
Yep.
But this first, the morning mind dump.
Yeah.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. So may I dump first, please?
You may dump. We have a couple dumps also on the YouTube channel that we want to get to as well.
We're going to get to those.
Now batting leadoff at 6'8", Trevor Thomas.
So I said this to Mitch last night. I thought the Brewers looked focused last night, but they did not look dialed in. And there's a significant difference.
Yeah, because I said, what do you mean by that?
The Cubs looked loose and they looked dialed in.
Yeah.
The Brewers looked tight and over-focused. They almost looked perplexed or befuddled. A friend of mine from down the hall walked into my studio this morning and was like, what was that?
Yeah.
And why aren't they having fun anymore? Like literally from the get-go, the Brewers came out with zero energy, having no fun. I don't care how much power they think their friendship has. Apparently they hated everybody. They were literally in their dugout yesterday hating each other. I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah.
F you, F you, F you. You're cool. And F you, I'm out. What was that?
Yeah.
They literally looked like they hated. Like I mean that they looked like they hated each other. They had no energy, no positivity, no optimism. They were a bunch of pessimists last night, and you know how I feel about that.
I do. You know, Trevor, it's funny you say that because on the YouTube channel, as you were saying that, Mary wrote in on YouTube at the Fan Milwaukee, I want my fun, energetic Brewers team back. What happened to small ball, stealing bases, putting pressure on other teams? They better bring it on Saturday night. Put Sal in leadoff. Move Bryce down. Mary's on one right now.
Good.
And
that's
she's
what
not
this
wrong.
is for.
Yeah.
The morning mind dump. 414-677-1250. So that was my biggest one. That's the Nicolay Law fan talking text line. We've got a lot to get to.
Yes, sir.
And this is going to go on for some time. Yesterday, people were dumping all over the place until the 8 o'clock hour. And it's a blast. And we love that. And we want that to keep going. So get your text messages in. 414-677-1250.
Mike7896 on YouTube says, so many fans thought the NLDS would be a cakewalk if they got the Cubs That was never going to happen.
I did not think that. I wanted the Cubs because I want
did.
to beat the best to get to the best.
Yeah. I thought it was cake. I really did. I thought it was cake mostly because the Cubs went to 3 games against the Padres and their pitching staff was a mess and their hitters weren't hitting. And then the way the Brewers won games 1 and 2, I'm like, this is cake. Like, and game 3 should have been cake. Like, if Quinn Priester's Quinn Priester, this is a 3-game series. Like, that threw everything off, the fact that he just wasn't mentally ready to go. And I don't know, again, I don't know if I blame him or I blame Murph, but I still want to go back in time, and I want Priester to pitch 2, and I want Quintana to pitch 3, because I think this series is over in a sweep if that was how it went.
2020 behind us, vision back of our
Even
head.
better than
Bubba.
2020 sometimes.
Justin from Port.
Okay.
I'm sick and tired of every year getting our cojones kicked in by the friggin' Milwaukee Brewers.
Yes, sir.
They're playing great during the regular season, winning the Central. That's all good, great, and grand.
Mm-hmm.
But, geez, what gives? Fans are ready for the next step, period. And Cubs have all the momentum right now, which scares me. You're not wrong. The Nicolay Law fan talking text line, 414-677-1250. I think we can worry about what they make us feel like once we're done with the postseason. Because I hate that you're right.
I don't want to be done with the postseason.
And I don't want to be done with the postseason either.
Yeah.
So I hear you. I see you, Justin.
Yep.
And you're right. And let's get through this. Let's just get through this. You know, there was a lot of Giannis talk in a previous life.
Sure.
And there was a particular person that I was on the radio with that was going ballistic about Giannis being traded while the Bucks had a playoff game that night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, stop it.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Stop it. So I love the morning mind dump. Let's get it all out. And can we all agree, all hands in the middle, 1, 2, 3 team, this isn't over.
No, we got one more game in this series. Hopefully we have a lot more games. Mike continues on YouTube. I've been watching baseball more than 40 years, lived in 3 different MLB markets. Playoff baseball is a completely different animal. And I think that's what we need to remember. But I think the Brewers need to lean into that playoff baseball is a completely different animal. And I get it that you can explain, all right, so that's why bunting here. That's why not stealing bases here. It might be a completely different animal, but you still need to play to your strengths, and you still need to remember what got you there. You can't just completely abandon 162 games because you're in a 1-game elimination. You have to still play the way that got you the best record in all of Major League Baseball. And that's not what they're doing right now, Trevor.
They'll show up. They'll come back. It's going to be just fine. Nick in West Bend. Trevor, you thought you had it bad yesterday. Well, my wife got us tickets to see Jordan Davis at the Summerfest grounds months ago. We're going with friends, and guess when the concert is?
Saturday night.
Tomorrow night,
all
7
right.
o'clock.
Is that right? Jordan Davis? Yeah.
What he's referencing was I was in quite the pickle live on the air at the end of the show yesterday when I realized that my son had a football game last night at the exact same time because it was Thursday.
Right.
And we don't play football on Thursdays in our house unless the varsity moves a game up to Thursday, which happens towards the end of the regular season.
Stupid varsity.
I had some problems with that. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to make his game. And I'll tell you that story a different time. I'm all sorts of pissed
life happens, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Yeah.
So, all right, I got a morning mind dump here.
Please do.
I just, I don't know exactly how to say it besides like first innings are stupid. Like I just want a first inning where the Cubs don't score. And I know in games 1, 2, and 3, both teams scored. And so it's like, it was okay. Both teams are scoring. It's okay.
Well, yeah, people last night were like, oh, the team that scored first goes 0-3.
Loses, right.
Dumb.
Yeah, it didn't feel that way even when Hap hit that, it's like, yes, I know the Brewers can score, but it didn't feel that. During the 14-game winning streak, remember there were times where the Brewers were down, they had that home game against the Mets, they were down 6-1 and 1-7-6. Isaac Collins hit a walk-off homer. And like we just, they had comeback wins against a number of teams. And we all said to ourselves, like, you can never go to sleep on this team. And Trevor, what did we do last night?
They went to sleep on themselves.
Wow. I don't disagree. I didn't see that coming, but I don't disagree. They did. They went to sleep on themselves. They gave us permission to go to sleep on them because they did not have the energy that we're used to from our Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah.
Josie with the morning mind dump about the starter opener. That's the biggest question mark for me.
Yeah.
Somebody earlier said, wait a minute. If Murph said that Freddie is needed for game 2 in the NLCS,
Which is Tuesday night, the 14th.
hold on. What's today?
Just doing math. Today's the 10th.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Who's going to pitch game 1? You know what they thought? Woody.
If you say Woody, I'm going to lose my brain.
They think Woody.
That changes everything. That doesn't change anything. You have to win tomorrow night.
And
when they win tomorrow night, that would change everything. That would be unbelievable. That would be unbelievable. I can't even think to Monday. Like now we're thinking to Monday night, and I don't even want to think to Monday night.
I'm with you there. Let's get to tomorrow night.
Right. Oh.
Morning, gents. Apparently, we forgot how to do everything yesterday.
Oh, boy.
But now we get a day off and come home. And so, in theory, we win Saturday. But what about that starter? All right, Chad, let's have a great Saturday. Brewers win big, and then the Badgers get a big win against Iowa. Okay. If you think that's true.
Trevor, do you know what sciatica is?
Oh, yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Right side.
How old are you?
42.
Okay. When did you develop sciatica? Is that a recent
40
right.
years in one day?
Right.
I feel
So
like.
that's like kind of like an old man thing, right? So
No, not old. No.
No?
It's not an old man thing.
Oh.
I think for me, it started earlier for 1, genetics, and 2, I'm a behemoth.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know if you saw, but LeBron James is out for the next month with sciatica. You don't hear about professional athletes with sciatica. So I will say LeBron James old. Like I do think it is an old. Like tell me you're old without telling me you're old. Oh, you have sciatica. There's like 100 different things, maladies you can have. But that's definitely one of them. But I will say the Lakers are due in Milwaukee November 15th, which is more than 4 weeks, but not much more than 4 weeks. And as someone who has 2 tickets to that game, I'd sure like LeBron James to play. That's just a random morning mind dump.
That's a morning mind dump. That's what this is about.
Because I knew they were playing early in the season. And when I saw that about LeBron last night, I was like, oh, I mean, how many people bought tickets just to see LeBron?
One more from the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line before we take a break and come back.
Okay.
There are so many more morning mind dumps that we got to talk about here.
There's a lot in here. You guys
Every
have
morning.
you guys have a nice number of female listenership as well.
Every single morning, people tune into this show.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. Chuck in the 262, before we get to break. I was hoping we didn't make it to game 5, but we will be in the building. We need to be louder and better than the Cubs fans the last 2 days in Chicago. We did the work in the first 2 games to get this opportunity in game 5. Let's go. Boy, do I hope that the Brewers fans show up tomorrow, because my fear is what we feared in game 1 and game 2 will be even worse in game 5, because it's just as important to them now as it is to us.
They got to loosen up.
Don't sell your tickets.
Yeah, don't sell your tickets for sure. I have 3 tickets for this game. Trevor, you want to come down?
I have 4 tickets for this game.
Oh, excuse me.
And I'm not able to come down.
Oh.
So we're going to work on that.
I need to figure out. I had them. I was hoping for that 3:30 start. That worked better for the family. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do.
We'll see. We are live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and we are in the middle of a long morning mind dump. You are listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Stay here.
I admire our team. I have faith in our team, and I think this had to happen this way. There'll be no tougher environment to play in than they just did. This is a good prep for us, and I think, we'll be ready to play. I'm certain we'll be ready to play in Game 5.
All right, that's good. I'm certain we'll be ready to play in Game 5. Brewers manager Pat Murphy post-game last night. I love that. I love that. He says, I think it had to happen this way.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to put it. I don't necessarily like that it had to happen this way, but
Correct.
I'm okay with it, I guess, if we win.
Yeah, I hope he's right. I hope he knows what he's talking about, and I hope that's the way it goes tomorrow night.
In Murph, we trust. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back. Inside Wisconsin Sports is live on your radio, maybe on your phone via the Odyssey app or the fanmilwaukee.com. It's Trevor and Josh live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Josh looks a lot like Mitch Thunder Nellis this morning. That's because Josh and his son Jordy are in New York City today for Comic-Con. And if you follow us on Twitter, at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, or at Inside Wis Sports, also at the Fan Milwaukee, of course.
Sir.
Josh Albrecht tweeted about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, boy, here we go.
This amazing picture of him and Jordy.
Oh.
I mean, look at this. He says, hey, the Fan Milwaukee and Inside Wisconsin Sports fam. This trip with my son for his birthday could not come at a better time. Hard to be optimistic about the Brewers, but for today, at least, the crew are hashtag not done yet. Spacebar, enter. But also, if the bats could wake the F up, that would be cool. Hashtag blessed. You guys go find that. I just reposted it.
Hashtag blessed there.
Hashtag blessed. It's an outstanding picture of those two. I got to meet Josh for the first time last weekend.
Yeah.
I got to meet Julie and I got to meet Jordy, and I'm impressed.
Nice.
That is a cool young man right there. They're going to have a blast. All right, we're in the middle of a morning mind dump. We took a little break, and now here comes the next wave. And it is a thing this morning. 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan talk and text line. Dave in San Diego and Nashville today. The game yesterday made me feel like a kid who just realized he was sold a dead bird. Wow.
What? That sounds terrible. I don't want to be sold a dead bird. That is awful.
The Brewers lost their heart, Ziggy says. These at-bats are lazy. They show no grit. These lineups are helping nobody. Openers, get out of here.
I don't think they lost their heart. I think they've temporarily misplaced it last night. Right? I think that's fair. I think they temporarily misplaced it. I think they're good. Like I don't think they.
That's it. I've had it with this dump.
Yeah, me too.
That's true.
Got no food. We got no jobs.
We have no heart.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah. Dead birds everywhere.
It's true. You're not wrong. George is on the north side. He called in on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. Remember, we love your texts. They're amazing. But you can also call in like George did, 414-677-1250. George, you are on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Thunder in for Josh.
Hey, how you guys doing? So this is my mind dump, and my mind dump is basically a little reverse psychology. So I look at the situation as if the Cubs were up 2-0 and we were down 0-2 and we went back to Milwaukee, won our 2 games with the opportunity to go back to Chicago, to go to the national championship game and go to the World Series. When you in those situations, 0-2, you expect your team to fight hard and win those games. That's what the Cubs do. Now, it's all on line. It's 0-0. Now let's see who's truly the best team, period. No more talking. It's going to all get settled on Saturday. Every team at this point got to put everything out there.
Let's go,
George.
Got to
put everything out there.
Let's go, George.
Love it, George.
Baby. Let's go.
That's the kind of morning mind dump I'm talking about, George. Thanks for the buzz.
Nicely
we appreciate you.
Oh.
I love that reverse psychology.
Wow.
You know what I call that? Optimism.
That is.
That's what it's all about.
But it's all, I see what you're saying with the optimism, but I also would almost say that like it's a reverse way to get over the pessimism, which I guess would be optimism. But George, that literally definition of the reverse, the opposite of pessimism. But George bringing it, and I like that. I like that thought. I am curious to see what the crowd looks like tomorrow night. As we're morning mind dumping, we know that games 1 and 2 were more Brewer fan focused, more Brewer fan attended than a regular season Brewers Cubs game.
It was.
I have tickets for tomorrow night, and I'll be honest, after game 2, I assumed I'd just be getting a refund from the Brewers or putting that money toward the next series. That's what I thought. You go up 2-0, you can't help but think that. And then the last 2 games happened at the dump in Wrigleyville, and you can't help but think, like, what am I now? All right, so first of all, now I'm paying for these tickets. I'm not getting a refund. These tickets are paid for. And now we got to figure out, like, who's going, what's it going to look like. Obviously, no Cubs fans allowed. But what am I? I'm just like morning mind dumping. What is the crowd makeup going to be tomorrow night? And I think it'll be like we saw at game 1 and game 2, more Brewers fans than Cubs fans, but certainly with a Cubs fan presence like we saw in game 1 and game 2.
Jack from Green Bay is on one on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. He goes, this was kind of expected, to be honest.
Ooh.
The difference here is talent will always overcome coaching in big moments. That's exactly what you're seeing now. High-pressure results is better individuals shining in that moment. The Brewers are cooked.
Wow. The Brewers are cooked, huh?
That's not optimism.
Man. That's a mind dump. That
262
messed with my mind a little bit.
Yeah, that messes me too. The 262 on a morning mind dump here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. 2-0 with Churio leading off. 0-2 with Yelly leading off.
Yep.
Why are we tinkering with what was a winning lineup? I don't know.
That made no sense. That made no sense to me. I didn't like, and tinkering I get. Listen, game 1 and game 2, lefty starts. You got your lineup. It's the same lineup both days. Okay. Game 3, there's a righty on the mound. So you tinker a little bit because there's a righty on the mound. I understand that as well. You go to game 4 against the same starter you had in game 1. And memo to Pat Murphy and to everybody out there. The Brewers scored 6 runs in the first inning, 3 runs in the second inning, 9 runs in the first 2 innings in game 1. I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad. Like, I don't know ball that well. So I don't know if that's good or bad. No, I know it's really good. How do you not have the same lineup in game 4 that you had in game 1? Like, did something happen when you went to the dump that you figured that Yelich had to? And then they asked Murph about a pregame, and he said, well, we just want to get Yelich more at bats. Well, I mean, that's great if he's on a tear, but he's not. Like, I want Yelich to have at bats too, but I'd like him to have I like Churio leading off. I actually like Bryce batting second. I think he feels more comfortable at second than he does batting third or fourth. I think he puts too much pressure on himself at third or fourth. And then you have Contreras, and then you have Yelich, and then you have Vaughn. You give me that top 5, it went 2-0. And now you come up with, and I know it's the same guys, but the different order does affect people. And it did not work yesterday. And the second I saw the lineup, I texted Tommy Wirtz, who hosts the leadoff show, and I said, what is this bull crap lineup?
Somebody text Bryce Terang and tell him to choke up on the bat or something.
Do something.
Losing in the playoffs is okay, says the 414. It happens to all but one team. But filling your socks, unacceptable.
Oh, totally true.
Yelly hit 200 on the season as a leadoff hitter. Stop trying to outcoach Craig and just go with what works from Pearson in Racine.
All right. Like, what are you doing? It's so weird. Now, if Yelich gets hot, that changes everything. But he's not hot. Nobody's hot right now. Churio's the only one, I still trust playoff Churio. I don't know that I trust anybody else in this lineup right now. Vaughn's sitting here. Okay.
Jason and Sheboygan.
Yeah.
Vaughn was the only one that made it to third last night.
Yeah.
The entire game. Am I wrong?
I think that's.
I don't think anybody else made it to third.
Was he on? He was on second when Ortiz bunted them over.
Yep. That's it. Jason and Sheboygan.
Brutal.
The Brewers went to Chicago, and Pat managed completely differently. God, you can't argue that, and I hate that because I love Pat Murphy.
But I think that happened because of Quinn. He wouldn't have managed differently.
Quinn had nothing to do with the lineup, Mitch.
But I know, but if Quinn gives you 5 solid innings or 6 solid innings like he did all season long, I know that he messed with the lineup in game 3, but I actually liked his lineup. I didn't love Lockridge, but I didn't hate his lineup in line 3 going. And but because you're going up against a righty as opposed to lefties. And yeah, that may have been a little too cute. I agree. But if Priester gives you 5 or 6 innings, I think Murph is managing the same way he always manages. I think things went haywire then, and I think there was a hangover. And I think that was the problem last night. They had a hangover from game 3. They weren't able to turn the page. Their whole mantra's been win tonight, and they couldn't. They were still, they had in their minds that they should have won game 3, and they weren't able to. And I think that was still in their minds last night.
A Mequan Marie mind dump this morning.
What's up, Mequan?
I want more than 97 wins and free burgers. Another year of disappointment. Who is this team? Hey, listen, this is a safe place. Get it all out.
That's right.
Off your chest, off your head, out of your mind. Let's leave it all here and focus our attention on positivity for tomorrow because it is do or die for your Milwaukee Brewers. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line on a morning mind dump. 414-677-1250 Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. And Mitch Thunder Nellis in for Josh this morning. All right, Scotty Tiffany. Look at this. I've been an Ortiz fan all season because defensively, he is gold. However, after the lack of offense last night, I'm hoping for a Monasterio start. Clearly, we need all the offense we can get. How do you feel about that, Thunder?
I'm not sure about a Monasterio start. I was more upset in game 3 in the 9th inning when they pinch hit Vaughn for Monasterio and then let Perkins hit. I thought they should have let Monasterio hit and then pinch hit Vaughn for Perkins. I'd rather have Monasterio hitting than have Perkins hitting. I think they made a mistake there. I know it messes with your defense even more. Tommy and I were talking about it yesterday that no matter what they did, the defense was going to be awkward and weird because they had used their entire bench, essentially. I don't hate a Monasterio start. I really don't.
Yeah.
He's not, the only issue is he's not the defensive player. He's a very good defensive player. Ortiz is an elite defensive player. And on a team that's done it with small ball and speed and defense all season long. But listen, if you're not going to do it on speed, and you're not going to play the way you've played, you might as well put Monasterio out there. Again, I think that would fall under, at this point, that's under the category of too cute. You make big changes like that in game 5 of a 5-game series, I think you're being too cute. I think you go, I mean, I go back to game 1 and I go back to that lineup. No matter who's starting for the Cubs. That's my starting lineup. I guess if Colin Ray is pitching, like, we don't know if it's going to be Shota or Ray. I assume that's the 2 guys. If it's Shota, you start Vaughn. If it's Ray, you start Bowers. Everything else stays the same.
That's my question as we get in the break and wrap up the morning mind dump here in the next segment. Do we have any tricks left in our bag? Is there anything up our sleeve that we have maybe potentially missed?
I think it's Rake Bowers. I think you got to let Jake rake.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, not against a lefty, but if they're starting a righty, Jake will be in that starting lineup.
We're so glad you're here on the all-new lineup here on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan. 6 to 9, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor Thomas and Josh Albrecht. 9 to noon with John Kuhn and Robbie Makloff. The Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Thunder Nellis, presented by Verizon, is noon to 2. Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's, is 2 to 5. The Fan Postgame Show with Tommy Wirtz, 5 to 6. That, my friends, is 5 shows of live local programming meant and made for you. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Momentum in baseball happens based on what's on the field. You know what I mean? And the Cubs earned it. They had their backs against the wall, and they played great these last two games. They pitched great. They played great. They played great defense. They hit in the clutch. They hit homers. They're built to be great, and they played great these two games. So.
Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We are wrapping up our morning mind dump with Mitch Thunder Nellis in for Josh this morning. Josh is in New York City with his son Jordy for an early birthday present / trip, going to Comic-Con over there in the NYC. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Go check out the picture that Josh posted to Twitter saying hello and good morning to the fam here and how excited he and his son and fam look there. At Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, at Thunder MKE, at Inside With Sports, at The Fan Milwaukee, and the website, thefanmilwaukee.com. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking Text Line, 414-677-1250. We got one more segment of the Morning Mind Up, one more segment of getting to your talk and text line comments, questions, concerns, or simply just get it off your chest. This is a safe place. We got Packers to talk about next hour.
Yes, we do.
Sister Jean passed away. Our thoughts and prayers and condolences to Loyola.
Yeah.
108.
What an amazing life.
108.
I hope someone like did the interview with her like in the last couple of years and got all the stories of her life. Because I bet, just the things she's seen, obviously based on longevity, but also based on her sports fandom, her devotion to her school and to her faith. I bet there's awesome stories that she could have told, and I bet that was chronicled there at the school. And it'll be interesting to see, who writes the book or who shares those archives or whatever that looks like. Yeah.
Pretty incredible.
Yep.
All right, a few more here on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking Text Line, 414-677-1250. Jason from Kenosha. Trevor, your playoff fur on your dome will get us through this. We got this. Let's go. Do you know about this?
Yeah, I heard about this yesterday. The chia pet is really filling in there really nicely.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is that?
No.
Yeah, this chia pet's busted.
Yeah.
Broken chia pet.
But there is scruff. I'll give you a scruff on the top of your head. Your top of your head's a little scruffy. Does your sig other enjoy the when it's freshly like shorn, like when it's smooth?
Mm-hmm.
And then are there complaints about it when it gets a little scratchy?
No.
Okay.
You are
what 6'8". So it's
what
not
I
like
do,
she even knows what's going on up there.
No, that's
I
valid.
assume she's not 6'8".
She's not 5'6".
Okay.
On a good day.
5'6" is normal.
So what I do with my hair, although I don't think she's a fan of this balding half old man look thing that I got going, but she understands I'm doing it for the Brewers in the playoffs. Okay.
Yeah.
What is non-negotiable is this beard. That is not, I cannot make that decision on my own.
Oh, okay. Trimming, different like goatee, like any decision.
What you see here is a full beard.
Yep.
And I can trim it on my own.
Can you bushy it out?
Yeah, I can, but
because I just shaved like last week because it was like
last week.
It was like too much. It was like too much. Q wants to know on YouTube, if the Brewers win the series, will Mitch shave his head? I'm not shaving my head for an NLDS series.
No, the series. The series.
If they win the series, if we figure out who our charity is of choice and we donate to charity, I will tell you in a past life, 100 years ago, when I was much younger and cooler, I shaved a mohawk. We were doing a fundraiser, I think for Hunger Task Force. And we were on the air doing like a little thing. And I said, if I get $1,000, so like literally like you can give whatever you want, but if we could just get like 10 people to give $100, like we're done. And within the next 45 minutes, we got to $1,000 in pledges. I hope everybody paid. I don't know if they paid, but we got to it. And so I went, there was literally a Great Clips, like we were at a pick and save for Hunger Task Force. And there was a Great Clips, like in the strip mall right next to it. I literally just walked in. I said, I want a mohawk. They shaved me a mohawk. There are a couple of great pictures on Facebook of that. Q says he's got $100 toward it. I will absolutely shave if the Brewers win the series, not this series. If the Brewers win the series, and we can raise $1,000 to charity of our choice, we'll figure that out.
Josh and I
absolutely.
have committed.
Yeah.
Josh and I have committed to getting ink.
Ooh.
If the Brewers win the series.
I believe Tommy is in on that as well.
Is he? Okay, good. I didn't know that.
You don't know. We've had great ink bets with Tommy this year. If Bryce Terang had gotten to 20 games in a row, 20-game hitting streak, he was getting a 2. But then it was like, what do you do with the 2? Because everybody's going to think it's for Mason Crosby, not for Bryce Terang. He also said if Christian Yelich got to 22, he was going to get a 22 ink. And I think there is a World Series ink for Tommy as well. So you guys might want to touch base with Tommy on that so that we're all on the same page.
We're definitely doing it live on the air, and I am definitely a baby.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm a baby.
I'm a non-inker, so I'm not in that conversation. But I have
no ink.
No?
None.
Oh,
but I have permission from the woman that won't let me shave my beard without her permission to get the ink.
But I will shave my head. I do think, with all due respect to Trevor and Josh, I do think that is a Mason Crosby show decision. On who our charity of choice is there.
I agree.
Or a station decision, so we'll get Spark in.
All right.
But I would do that, yes, for sure.
One more thing here before we go to break and kind of move on from the morning mind dump. And by the way, we're done processing what was wrong. Josh and I committed to this yesterday. All right. We're done now. Flush it. Can't flush it fast enough. Hopefully it's one of those super jet flushers.
Yeah, love it.
It's gone. After this segment, it is gone.
It needs to be.
We're instead going to talk about why we're going to win Game 5. But let this person get this off their chest, and then I'm going to tell them how stupid they are.
Yeah.
The 920 says, energy? Energy? Now we're ripping the team for not showing energy? Come on, be better. This over-analysis is tiring and a downer.
Wow.
That's stupid.
Wow.
Clearly, you're not a Brewers fan.
Right. The Brewers are in the playoffs.
The Brewers are in the playoffs, 1. 2, energy matters. It 1,000% matters, and the Brewers didn't have it last night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole point of this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Yep.
You cannot watch last night's game and tell me that that's the same Brewers team we saw in Game 1 and Game 2.
Yep.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Agreed.
That is not overanalyzation. That's called having eyeballs.
Yeah.
It was blatantly obvious. And I said to Mitch last night, and we said it on the show earlier today, they looked over-focused and tight. The Cubs looked loose and like they were having fun and they were dialed in. And I said this to Josh last week.
Okay.
I said I was worried to play this Cubs team that was ending the regular season because they had life. They looked like they were having fun. The crowd was loud at the dump.
Yeah.
I was worried about playing that team.
That's how home crowds work.
Good news. The Brewers showed up as that team in Game 1 and Game 2. And I was like, ha, ha, ha.
And it was a blast.
It was a blast
being at AmFam Field.
And then yesterday and the day before happens. And now we're like, oh boy, where do we go? Yep. We got to find them. We're going to get them. We're going to be just fine. Game 5 tomorrow night. And according to Pat Murphy, it had to happen this way. And so, you know what? So be it. Here we are. I'm not complaining. We're still in the playoffs. We still have a do or die game. It is 0-0 or 2-2, depending on how you count in your community.
0-0 is fine.
Fine.
You got one game, and winner moves on, and loser goes home. That's it.
In the top of the next hour, we're going to check in with the Green Bay Packers. We're going to preview the episode coming up against the Bengals. It is episode number 6, I believe, on the Packers season.
That sounds right.
2-1-1. We're coming off a bye from week 5. The Bengals have a new old quarterback.
New, old.
Packers
old.
Already lost to him under center once this year, so we hope we can get that figured out. And there is good news and bad news on the injury front for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
We're going to review that and hear from Matt LaFleur.
Is Mason Crosby in the building?
Yeah. Hey, how's that retirement thing going, Mace? You got a second? You're listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's out there, I'm encouraged. So we'll see. We'll give him the week and see how he performs today before we make any.
We're going to make any decisions then. That's Matt LaFleur, courtesy of.
You just punched the ground, didn't you?
Oh, every single time of the hour. Every time. You didn't know that?
I didn't see you punch the ground the first time. I knew you did the. I knew you did the whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I punch the ground. If I don't, I punch my leg.
Yeah. I'll
But
punch the
almost
desk,
always I punch the ground.
Yeah. Love it.
That's my moment. That's Mitch Thunder Nellis. This is Trevor Thomas, and you are listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, who's in New York City today with his boy Jordy, going to Comic-Con, so Thunder is filling in for him. We appreciate that. Live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Please follow us on the Twitter, would you? At Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, at Thunder MKE, at Inside with Sports, and of course the radio station at The Fan Milwaukee. Listen to us on the website, thefanmilwaukee.com. Also, grab your Odyssey app, connect that to your phone in case you are out of range on the old FM or AM dial. And, of course, you can watch us live on YouTube. That's what Mitch was commenting on. That is our show open that we play at the top of every hour, and it's just a moment that I take to go, you know what? How absolutely friggin' insane is this? 3 weeks of this show on this all-new lineup, and I could not be happier to be a part of it. It is absolutely outstanding. 6 to 9, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor Thomas and Josh Albrecht. 9 to noon, he's back. John Kuhn. Rami Makloff, 9 to noon with Kuhn. Shocker, 9 to noon. Noon to 2, the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Thunder Nellis, presented by Verizon. 2 to 5 is Sparky, our guy Sparky in Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's. And 5 to 6, the Fan Postgame Show with Tommy Wards. 5 programs, all live, all local, all dedicated to Wisconsin sports. It's the all-new lineup, live and local, all day long, 6A to 6P here on The Fan.
The Fan lineup has more than one royal family.
I like that. Yeah. Nice pull. Nice pull.
We are all the royal family here at The Fan.
We'll talk a little bit about that in the next segment. First, we got to get to some Packers talk. So yesterday was press conference day for not only Matt LaFleur, I think player availability was yesterday, sure, and so too were the coordinator conversations. And I love that Matt LaFleur plays coy with the injury report. It is very specific. That is either limited participation, full participation, or did not participate. There might be others, but that's what this one says. This comes on a day, by the way, and I don't know if you noticed this or not, but the Packers came out with the announcement about the new, what their health department looks like, what their health care looks like.
What was that?
So long story short, Dr. Mike Ryan came up here from Alabama in Dr. Andrews' spot back in 2023. And now they just made the announcement that he's officially taking over and that Dr. McKenzie is becoming ortho surgeon emeritus or whatever you want to call it.
Mason has great things to say about McKenzie, by the way.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
He's never operated on me, so I don't know him, but I've heard
he's never operated on me either. However, I have seen Dr. Mike Ryan when I blew my Achilles last year. He was my guy.
Oh,
he's my guy.
You blew your Achilles, man?
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, that's rough.
Oh, bad day.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that injury report story at the end of this segment.
Fair.
But Mike Ryan, officially in charge of the Packers team health. Congrats to him. That's official. It's been coming for a while.
Yeah.
They've kind of been sharing duties. And by the way, back to McKenzie, you don't make it 30 years in the NFL because you suck.
No.
He's unbelievable.
You do something right. And you mentioned what yesterday. Today, Matt LaFleur will talk again around 10:55. Players available after practice. Practice at 11:45, and then a bunch of more coordinators are available. The main ones were our assistant. Yesterday was coordinators. Today's assistant coaches, which is kind of weird that they have all those guys available. I don't know that you want all your coaches giving away the
once
secrets.
a week.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So yesterday, the injury report was promising. I mean, there's a lot of guys on here. I got it.
You got. Yeah, I saw that you had. Let's see what. Yeah, I got
paper
I got
copy.
Yeah, paper right here. I printed it out.
Yep. Aaron Banks, check. Belton, check. Ngabare, Hobbs, Kraft, Love, Monk, Morgan. Zach Tom sounds like he may be back, but they're going to make sure because that didn't go well last time.
Right.
Rasheed Walker, Christian Watson, maybe not.
I'd say doubtful.
Same. That's not what this says, but limited participation.
Right.
They just opened up his practice window.
Yep.
He's in, I believe, day 6 of his 21-day practice
We were talking
window.
about it. We don't actually think he'll play this week or next week. Just because next week the travel to Arizona, like that's a big travel trip.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a tough one, and that maybe they'll save him for Sunday Night Football against good friend Aaron Charles Rogers. Just saying.
Never heard of her.
Yeah.
Savion Williams, limited participation. And Devontae Wyatt, not looking pretty.
He's out.
He's not. He's currently a DNP.
He's not playing.
Well, maybe.
Hello. Am I breaking news right now?
No,
he's not.
No, because he didn't say that yesterday.
I know,
but what he did say was the closer we get to game time, the less likely it is if he's not doing this.
I'm not counting on his availability.
And so that's it, right? I mean, we got nothing else to worry about.
Excuse me, you skipped a name. Oh. I think it starts with an M. Last
ends
name
in a McManus.
McManus, yes.
Brandon McManus is on the injury report.
Kicking on Wednesday.
That can't be good.
Yeah, that's a major concern right now. So we'll see how he's doing today and tomorrow, and then we'll have a plan ready to go.
I hope so.
You ever play the telephone game?
Sure. Yeah.
You know, where you got the things in your ears and you talk to one person and that person tries to relay the message on and so on.
10 people later, it's a totally different message.
Yep.
Yeah.
Matt's freaked out. Understandably so.
Yeah, that's your kicker.
Rich Bisaccia came in after that, and they were asking him, hey, what's the plan? And he's like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
What does that even mean?
Well, this is not the first time this has happened to Brandon McManus.
Okay.
And then you go talk to him, and he's like, we're fine. I'm fine. I think I made 3 field goals in the game I played in the last time this happened. So I kind of want to text Dr. Mike Ryan and be like, huh? On the first day he gets announced, and by the way, he's a friend of mine, and we're going to have him on this show in the coming weeks, I promise. He's already agreed. I want to ask him what the process is. Because at the end of the day, if Matt's concerned, Rich is saying we'll see, and McManus is going, we're fine. I think the telephone game is broken at 12:65 at the moment. So what does that mean?
What
I know you're not a doctor.
You need a backup plan. It's your kicker. Like there has to be, even if he ends up waking up today, feels great. Wakes up tomorrow, wakes up Sunday, feels great. I think you still need to have more than McNamee, right? McNamee's the Irish kid who's on the practice squad, who's like the international player that they get to have on the practice squad and ready to go. I think beyond that, you need to have someone who has kicked in NFL games before. You need to have a plan in place for our Green Bay Packers on the field on Sunday, home against the Cincinnati Bengals. 14-point favorites, should be a win, shouldn't be a concern. But with that said, I still think you need to have a kicker, right? And if you don't, I guess I think Brandon Snide said this yesterday on 9 to Noon with Coon. He said, just don't kick, just go for it every time. Go for it every time you score a touchdown. Just go for 2. Every time you're in field goal range and 4th down, just go for it.
Yeah,
how about that? How about if they just went for it every time? They did not use. They used Waylon on kickoffs, and everything else they just went for it.
Have you and Mason talked about A, is he available? B, are you going to call him or am I? And C, did he not kind of get the shaft with all of these new kickoff rules? Because I
yeah.
feel like Mason Crosby would be thriving in the NFL right now.
We did talk about that. He basically said on the show yesterday, and this is the most honest he's ever been. And I don't know if he's feeling himself a little bit or knows he signed the retirement papers. He did not say this a year ago when we started the show, but he said this. He said this yesterday. He said, "Listen, the Packers had a chance. Like they got Anders Carlson, and he sucked, and they could have called me, and they didn't." And so, like, I kind of knew then that it was over. Like, I was not retired. He had played a couple games with the Giants and with the Rams the year before, or at least been on the, called in as an injury replacement. And it was not officially retired, could still kick, was in shape, and didn't get a call. So at this point, he says, as the old Toby Keith song goes, "I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm good once as I ever was." He says he's still got a couple kicks in him. He can get it done, but he's not expected a call from the Packers.
Well, fairly certain he can land it in the landing zone.
Yeah,
that we know.
That he can definitely do. Yeah,
and
I think he would have liked that challenge of like kicking the way Aubrey's kicking, or like kicking those knuckleballs, making sure they land in the landing zone.
I think he would thrive in that.
Yeah. The question I think for him and for all the guys who kicked in the 80s and 90s, could you kick 65 yarders? Like with today's technology, with the ball, with because they were never asked to really kick 65 yarders. Now, those are kicks that are asked to be made in the game. And Mason never had to do that. Could you have done that? I mean, he's pretty confident he could have if he needed to. But.
Do the Packers have the emergency kicker on their current roster, just like they have the emergency quarterback?
No, it can't be McNamee, right? It can't be the kid from Ireland. He's on the practice squad. He's like the international.
No. Oh, no, I'm saying on the roster right now, there's another position player,
is there a dude
that all of a sudden goes out there and kicks. Who's that guy?
Wow. There's got to be the guy who kicked in high school. I mean, obviously,
right.
The easy answer is that it's Waylon. Like, I think for most teams, it's your punter, but then who's your holder? And like that, is that your backup quarterback, or how's that work?
Well, that's what it was for years.
Right. Yeah.
Was the backup quarterback.
It was. So I do wonder if it's somebody else. Like, is there a wide receiver who kicked in high school who could kick a 40-yarder? I don't know.
Totally.
I mean, there's got to be, right?
So who's the backup quarterback? Backup quarterback. Isn't Tucker Kraft?
Is it Tucker Kraft?
I think it might be. I might be making that up too, but let's roll with it.
So he does take the ball from under center sometimes on those tush pushes and stuff like that. That would make sense. Yeah. I would be in for that. Are you all right? So on scale of 1 to 10, Trevor, I'll throw it out like that. How concerned are you about the kicking game this Sunday against Cincinnati with McManus with a quad injury, limited participant on Wednesday, limited participant on Thursday? How 1 to 10? How concerned are you about the kicking game?
So I'm not a fan of flying. Okay. And when I'm on a flight, I don't get nervous until the flight attendant gets nervous. If I see them kind of freak out and buckle up because there's turbulence and we're not going to give you service, then I'm like, not great. If McManus is saying we're good, then we're good. Okay. I think we're good. If he comes out and he's like, it really hurts like a something gun, so I don't think we're going to kick. And then I'm nervous. Okay, now what?
It kind of hurts like a what?
Some gun.
I like that. Yeah.
Hurts like a some gun.
Hurts like
I don't know what that means.
No, but it sounds good.
Somebody's wondering what the hell you're doing here.
Yet. What am I doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here? Somebody just said, is that Mitch Thunder Nellis I'm hearing on the radio waves this early in the morning?
Yes.
Am I dreaming? No, you're not dreaming.
No.
Josh is in New York City with his son Jordy.
True.
A mini vacation for Jordy's birthday.
True story.
They're going to Comic-Con. They're having a blast. Go look what Josh posted this morning. It's absolutely awesome. So Mitch was very kind enough to wake up early with us, who is by definition not a morning guy.
So, absolutely. And I walk in here, and one of the things that I've never been trained on before, had no idea how to set, was not set in the right place. And I still to this moment, I have no idea how I figured out which button to press that allowed me to change the setting. I have no idea how I did that. It worked. Like we're on, right? We're on.
Well, I think we're on.
Like
I think we would know by now if we weren't.
I had the directions for stream for YouTube. I had the directions for the board. There was just one button that wasn't in the right place, and I figured out. But no, I'm glad to be here. Trevor, all right, so beyond the kicking game, big picture, Packers, Bengals. Are you cakewalk Sunday?
No.
Like 325? No? You're not. And I know where we like to go. We like to go to the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and we like to check out what the number is. And as I load,
you just said it was minus 14.
Well,
14 and a half.
It was 14 and a half all week long. It went to 14 temporarily yesterday afternoon. It's back to 14 and a half. So our betting odds, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, the Packers favored by 14 and a half, 3:25 kickoff on Sunday at Lambeau. Are you, which means Red Zone channel at noon for sure. Are you comfort level 14 and a half point? No, you're shaking. So if you're on YouTube,
bad for
you can see
radio,
Trevor,
shaking your head.
right.
Yeah, I know.
But we're on YouTube too. So if you're on YouTube, you can see that Trevor shaking his head.
I don't want to cut you off. Here's why.
Yeah,
I was in Dallas.
That's good point.
None of that game made me feel like we had the ability to hold a 14-point lead. Yep. I'm not saying we can't score the points.
Yep.
But Joe Flacco isn't a great quarterback, but he's been a part of a team that beat us once already.
Yep.
He didn't have a great game either. I think he had 176 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. But the Bengals head coach said he's already planned for this once. He's already done this. He's already gone through the prep for the Packers. So we're not worried. He's just got to learn our lingo, and then we'll go from there. The other reason I'm worried is this injury report.
Yeah.
There's a lot of offensive linemen on here.
If Tom and Banks both play, does that make you feel better?
100%.
I think they both play.
Well, then I feel great.
All right.
That's much better.
Okay.
But
I don't think
Jordan.
I don't think Rasheed Walker plays. I think Jordan Morgan ends up playing.
He went from limited participation to DNP. Let's go to the phones.
Yeah, let's go to the phones. John's in Franklin. John, you're on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250 on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Thunder in for Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I've got about 10 things with the Packers I'm worried about more than McManus and the field goal and kickoff team. I'm worried about our secondary outside of Nixon that got exposed against Dallas with, not even having their best downfield threat on the field. This offensive line, I'm worried about Devontae Wyatt. I'm like, we pushed our chips all in. So what the hell's another draft pick? Why not go get some depth? Go get somebody off one of these terrible teams that's tanking that can stuff the run just as another player. Because giving up Slayton last year and then losing Kenny Clark, which you had to do, we had to do that. But I'm worried about stopping the run with this group. Or you're going to use Micah.
I don't hate that.
Or we're going to use Micah in some sort of like middle. We're going to be forced to put him up the middle to shore things up and take away from his effectiveness. It's counterproductive.
I feel like this is the Brewers' fault. I feel like we're in a bad mood this morning because of what happened last night, which I don't blame you for at all. I don't blame you for. So tell me something good, though, because all I hear is, oh, crap. So I understand. I empathize positive with what you're saying. But what do you got that's good? What are you looking forward to?
Well, you got to understand, I was like you. I went down to Dallas and I saw that game, and that was really frustrating. So, yeah.
I was there.
It's not even about the Brewers because I don't even know what I was watching last night. I haven't even processed that.
Us neither.
What, something good?
Yeah. About the
what
Packers.
are you looking forward to about the Packers game?
I still think this is a team that can compete for the division.
Okay.
I think we're lucky we're still ranked 7th in some power rankings.
Power rankings don't matter.
Yeah, because you could tell me how good we are, but what I've seen in the last 2 games is ineptness, and I'm sorry, I'm worried about our head coach. What are we doing?
There's that. All right, we appreciate the call.
Not a lot of positivity there with John.
Let's process that when we come back. There's a lot there. I also want to talk about the WWE PLE. I know that not everybody's a wrestling fan,
but that's okay.
I'm completely sucked into the drama of this. I think it's a decent lineup, but I hope it is, by the way, because the last one completely sucked.
Yes, and they've developed a formula for sucking right now on the PLEs that I'm not exactly sure why they're doing what they're doing. Real quick on the YouTube channel, Q says, Trevor, you're a great add to the fan family.
Oh, man, thanks. I really appreciate that. I'm having a blast. I'm sorry, by the way, I had to stand up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, what happened?
It happens this time of day every day. Look at this chair, not very padded. Not so much.
Nope,
like
I see that.
There's
Yeah.
a lot going on here,
as well
and
be a
my
brick.
butt can only take about 2 hours and 20 minutes of that. That's all right. I shall persevere. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the warm welcome. We appreciate
You look
it.
tall now.
Shocker. Yeah, it's because I'm looking down at the camera. All right, we are live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You are listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh plus Thunder today. In for Josh. Stay here. think, Andy? How's this for an introduction?
I can't see you guys. I'm
We can
just
see
kidding.
you.
I'm
We can
kidding.
hear you.
That was a John Cena joke.
Dude, you can't do that. You can't do that. Andy Herman joins us on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Thunder is in for Josh. I totally bit that. Too.
That was amazing.
I totally took
so
that bait.
Happy right now.
Damn it, Andy. So we said we were going to talk WWE PLE. You didn't know we had a WWE insider, did you? No, it's Andy Herman. We're also going to chat Packers with him as well. Can we start there, Andy? Is that cool? Can we start with the WWE?
We absolutely can. I need to look at the card because I haven't seen it at all, but you can fill me in on the card and I can comment on it.
Well, let's start with the top of the card. It's Rollins and Rhodes.
I did know that
it's
one.
it's the crown jewel.
That better be the end of the card.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be the last. That'll be the last match. We got Cena and AJ Styles for a little old school matchup. Tiffany and Stephanie Vaquer. She better win, man. Like I'm done with SmackDown women. I don't whatever. Stephanie's unbelievable. I love her. And then we've got an old an Australian street fight or something with Big Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns.
Love it.
Somebody will steal somebody's sneakers, I'm sure. Saw Roman Reigns on Pat McAfee earlier this week. I assume there's one more match. I'm blanking on it right now, but that's a good rundown for
Cody and Seth, Stephanie and Tiffany, Cena and AJ Styles, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky
versus the Kabuki Warriors. Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
Can I just admit for a moment?
Uh-oh.
Rhea Ripley.
What do you mean? We all admit that.
She looks like a freak show, and I'm totally into it.
I mean, strong. There's nothing wrong with a strong woman, Trevor.
No, there's a difference between strong and freak show. Yeah, I understand she's strong. She also looks like a freak show.
Yeah,
Amanda and I have talked about this. It's very.
I don't think that's a hot take at all, there, Trevor. I think you're.
No, I didn't think it was. I'm just. It's not my type. That's not the girl next door, like the woman I love and married. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yeah. So, Andy, I don't know if you listened to the beginning of this show ever, but it does start with Cody Rhodes' theme song. Yep. I have really bad news for Trevor. It's not going to go his way tomorrow.
Don't you play that.
I'm just letting you know. It is Seth freaking Rollins' time tomorrow. He's lost enough to Cody. He's going to win tomorrow. However they figure it out with whatever outside engagement there is, Becky Lynch distracting.
But it doesn't matter because these stupid WWE Crown Jewel championships are dumb.
But it matters for their story because they have a great story together as partners in taking down Roman Reigns and as adversaries now trying to lead the company.
Andy, give us your take on that, and then we're going Packers.
Yeah, no, you're good. So first of all, I kind of agree with Trevor's take, and Thunder, you're right too. It doesn't matter ultimately, but there's a billion titles now. That's an AEW thing. That's a WWE thing, and it just all of it gets watered down because there's so many titles. So whether it's a Crown Jewel Championship or whether it's the whatever it might be, it does water it down a little bit. But I do think their story is great. I am looking forward to the match, and I think they're both two fantastic, competitors and wrestlers. So I know that they'll put on a show. The one I would be most excited about is Cena Styles, just because of the history there as well. The Cena, retirement tour, I don't think has gone quite according to plan, but these are the matches that, you kind of look back at and are like, this is awesome. And I'm really looking forward to that match as well. And then, the other thing that I'll just comment on really quick is I like these old NXT black and gold, like 5-match card sort of feels like that was like the best version of wrestling when you just had 5 awesome matches on a pretty loaded card, and maybe there'll be a couple other filler, matches as well. But like these are all good matches that I think you can watch from beginning to end and not feel like, oh, I'm just gonna, completely skip this one or whatever. And I'm also with you, Mitch. Stephanie Vaquer is fantastic. Although you always love a little Tiffy time too, so that should be a fun one as well. So I think it's a really good card all the way around.
Well, the good news is that when you host a morning show, which you are well aware of, you get to sleep in on Saturdays. What was that? 7 a.m. Oh God, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Woo! That's a time to start.
Never wake up because it's in Perth.
Okay.
You know what? We're not, as Tommy Wirtz has petitioned the president of Earth to just make an American Standard Time or an Earth Standard Time. We don't have it yet.
Don't
there
have
are
it yet.
still time zones.
Usually too. Usually I'm watching Premier League on Saturday mornings, and I don't think there's Premier League this week. Yeah, so there's nothing this week, so I can do WWE instead.
Andy, how's your quad?
My quad is great, better than the kickers apparently. So yeah, no quad issues. That's good.
That's who you ask. That's the weirdest part about this, and we talked about that last segment. Matt LaFleur, very concerned. Rich Bisaccia, we'll see. McManus is like, what quad?
So I think this is rather easily explainable, right? So first of all, I will start by saying kickers are, and not just kickers, players are always not the most trustworthy narrators of their own story, right? Like everyone says they're going to play, and then sometimes coaches and or the medical staff has to kind of protect the player from themselves. My guess is that McManus is probably going to be good to go. But remember, on Wednesday, it didn't feel good. On Thursday, then he said it felt good. But what I'm sure Matt is concerned about is, does it feel good on Friday? Does it feel good on Saturday? And more importantly, does it feel good on Sunday? And why I'm sure there's concern on Matt and why they brought in two kickers, Greg Joseph and Lucas Havrisik yesterday, is because you can't get caught with your pants down and not have any option. If you get there on Sunday and he wakes up and it's tightened up or it's gotten worse in some way, and all of a sudden he can't kick. If you don't have a kicker on the 53 to call up, or not just call up, but have on the 53 in that scenario, because all call-ups have to be done and all signings have to be done by Saturday, you have to be really cognizant of that. So my guess is Matt's like, yeah, I'm sure the kicker says he's going to be fine on Sunday, but we're not quite as confident and we can't get caught without a kicker. So therefore, we're going to bring in some options. We've already got one guy in the International Pathway Program, but I wouldn't be stunned if on Saturday, if they added a kicker to the active roster, either, McNamee, their practice squad player, being called up to the active, or adding one of these players because they have two open roster spots, simply because if they do not do that and all of a sudden McManus tightens up in pregame or whatever, now they don't have a kicker to go to. So I'm sure it's for LaFleur, it's like this big panic of like, we have to be prepared no matter what. Bisaccia is probably like, we'll have somebody kick and whatever. And McManus is probably like, yeah, of course I'm going to kick. So I think that's where you kind of get these steps along the way.
Andy Herman joining us here on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Who is your starting five at offensive line this Sunday? Not your ideal starting line, who you predict will start this Sunday. Yeah.
Well, I think this is the really interesting part of this game right now, because we saw Rasheed Walker did not practice yesterday. Obviously, they're starting left tackle. And when Matt got asked about Zach Tom, I don't know how you guys felt about this. It felt he was very hesitant in his answer, because he was asked, like, how did he get through Wednesday's practice? And it was like, there were some good, like, he was very hesitant in kind of defining it. So I have a little bit more worry about Zach Tom coming off of that. Now, I know he practiced on Thursday as well. My hope is that this is Rasheed Walker, Aaron Banks, Elton Jenkins, Sean Ryan, and Zach Tom. I have some level of concern where if now Walker and Tom both can't go, and we know Anthony Belton's not going to go, you're down three offensive tackles. You're probably looking at Jordan Morgan at left tackle, Aaron Banks at left guard. Hopefully he can go in this situation. Elton Jenkins at center, Sean Ryan at right guard, and then Darian Kennard at right tackle, which you can probably survive with. But after that, it's Donovan Jennings and only two practice squad guys that are on the rest of the offensive line lineup. You have no depth after your starter. So hopefully one of Walker or Tom is able to go just to give you a little bit more depth on that line. But I think it's a really interesting question, and I'm really going to be watching the injury report for the offensive tackles, specifically Walker and Tom, going into this game.
At Andy Herman NFL on Twitter, you know him well. The Pack a Day podcast every single day. He does a bang-up job. We heard that audio earlier from Matt LaFleur, who was very non-committal.
Yes.
But if you're him, I guess that's normal, because you committed to him the last game he played in, and that didn't end well. And it was quick, too. Yep. So, I don't know, do you do predictions? Like, this is my first Friday with you, I believe, Andy. So how do you see this playing out? Because right now I think the spread is 14. I personally don't think so, but you go.
Yeah, this is one, it's almost a carbon copy of like the talking points from the Cleveland Browns game. And I know that's a little bit nerve wracking because we know how that one ended up. But going into that game, you said, all right, well, don't let Myles Garrett beat you. And this one, it's like, don't let Trey Hendrickson wreck you, right? Like, those the same sort of scenario here. You said don't have a catastrophic turnover. Of course, they did in that Cleveland game. Same thing here. Can you win the turnover battle? They have not done a great job of that. Of all the offensive line,
they've talked a lot about it this week, though. About how they really have been focusing on it. We'll see if it happens, but
And of all the offensive line issues and some of the questions in the cornerback room and things like that, to me, the number one thing is, can you start winning the turnover battle? If not, it makes it really, really difficult in the NFL just to kind of have those consistent wins. So can they get the turnover battle? And then the same thing in Cleveland. Can you avoid any catastrophic special teams mistakes? They didn't. This one, can you do the same thing? And now all of a sudden the kicker is potentially having some problems as well. So I think this one goes well. I think this probably maybe in the third quarter is still annoyingly close. Like Green Bay's only up 7. I expect them to be right around that 14-point range. I'm going to say something probably like a 27-13 game. And I think it feels fine in the end. These are the worst kind of games because if you win 31-0, everyone's like, yeah, but it was the Bengals with a new quarterback. It doesn't matter anyway. If you win by 14, it's like, was that enough to win by? And if you win close, it's like, oh, that was an ugly win. We don't even like that win. And if you lose, it's catastrophic and everyone's heads are falling off. So yeah.
Have you been listening all morning? Because you're literally commenting on all the audio clips that we played all morning long.
Right. I've actually done this with Mitch forever. I've just copied every one of his talking points and I've made a whole Pack-A-Day podcast out of it. So that's been my brand since day one.
He's Andy Herman.
Did you stay up to watch the game last night?
I stayed up to watch the game, yes, and then recorded the podcast after in a very foul mood. So yes, I did.
Yeah, good.
Is your Brewers fandom, and that's a great transition. Because I think the Brewers.
And we know you got to go soon, by the way, Andy. We appreciate you.
I think the Brewers fandom is affecting us on the Packers level. Like I think we're a little more negative about the Packers this Sunday because we're in a foul mood about the Brewers right now.
I think we're in a more negative mood about the Brewers because we're Wisconsin sports fans. I think in most scenarios, Game 5, like this is what you live for. Game 5 in Milwaukee, Brewers Cubs. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be phenomenal. And instead, we know as Wisconsin sports fans that blowing a 2-0 lead is exactly what a Wisconsin sports team would do. I don't think they're going to. I still think the Brewers are going to win this Saturday. Famous last words, but I think that's why we're a little bit more trepidatious about everything right now.
Yeah, if we could keep the Cubs from scoring in the first inning, and if we could keep whoever the Packers are playing from scoring twice in less than 40 seconds, I think we're going to have a good weekend.
Fourth quarter.
We'll have a fun victory Monday for the whole weekend for sure.
And that's when we will talk to you next. 8:20 on Monday. We'll get the lowdown from the man himself at Andy Herman NFL on Twitter. And make sure to follow along the Pack-A-Day podcast.
Thanks, Andy.
Go Cody Rhodes. Okay. Just
Cody. It's fine. It's fine.
Appreciate you
guys.
guys.
See Andy. Bye, guys.
Good to see Andy. It's fine to cheer for Cody Rhodes. Like we all love Cody Rhodes. I'm just preparing you for the inevitability of the visionary. That
can't stand him.
I know.
You know what? So here's the cool part.
Irregardless of whether you can stand him or not. Irregardless is not a word, by the way. Regardless of whether you can stand him. I just like saying it.
Okay, got it. Well, here's the kicker. I said to my son earlier, I would love for him to turn babyface.
Rollins?
Mm-hmm. And the vision goes out. It is only a matter of time until one of these cats in the vision turns babyface. I would love to see Braun Breaker do it.
Well, the thing is that Braun is going to turn on Rollins. The question is, does he go deeper into heel when he does that, or does he become the face?
I think he becomes the face.
Because people
I don't think Cody Rhodes is anywhere close to not being the face, just so we're clear.
No. Yeah.
And they all believe that Braun's next. Here's my prediction for tomorrow. Then we're going to get to a break.
Yep.
And the last segment we do is called What's Up Wisconsin.
Love
so
it.
Get them in. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. That's the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. What's up, Wisconsin? What are you doing this weekend? Are you going to the game tomorrow? Are you watching the PLE and the WWE tomorrow? Do you have a charity event by chance tomorrow that you're going to?
All day and all night.
All day and all night.
With alcohol, hopefully.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
And some meat.
Here's my prediction. I think Braun Breaker is going to turn babyface at this PLE, and he's going to help Roman Reigns beat Bronson Reed.
That's fun.
Wait.
Wow.
Because they got to do something, Mitch. Because it's getting boring.
I know, it is.
They got to do something. Something has to happen. I think it's going to happen tomorrow.
The bloodline lasted for so long that I think they think that the vision can last for like another year before they do that.
Watch TikTok. We're all sick of it.
I know. You're right. That's a good point.
We are live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You are listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports. Mitch is in for Trevor and Josh. Nah, I'm still here, but Josh is out. What's up, Wisconsin? That's next. I love it. No doubt. This weekend's a no doubter, Wisconsin. By the way, No Doubt just got announced that they're going to be live at the Sphere in Vegas in May. Is this No Doubt or is this just Gwen?
This is just Gwen, but come on, it's such a banger. I had to play
it is a banger. I'm with you there. All right, welcome back, Wisconsin. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Josh is out today. Thunder is in for him. Thanks for being here, buddy. I know how much you love mornings.
You bet. It's my favorite. I'm here. I'm here for mornings, and I'm here as Jacob Benavan wrote into the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. He's here for the Cody Rhodes heel turn. Are you going to be okay when you get that?
Nah, not really, but I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, at some point.
They're not ready.
No, they're not.
He's talked about this.
Yeah.
He said that if there's going to be a Cody Rhodes heel turn, he wants it to be when nobody thinks it's going to be.
Right.
And massive. And I just don't think we're there yet.
No, that's fair.
But we are here live from the 1250 AM and
Wisconsin?
1057 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This segment is What's Up, Wisconsin. We got a big weekend. What are you doing? Where are you headed? Are you going to the game? Are you tailgating? We want to know all the things. What do you have going on this weekend in sports, in your culture, in entertainment? I don't care. What do you got going on? We want to know. 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line. Remember, you can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL games all season long, kicking off with the juicy Week 6 matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers.
Yes,
Visit
sir.
ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started.
Love it.
What are you doing this weekend?
Well, before I get to this weekend, I want to get to last night, something that none of us noticed. The Milwaukee Bucks played a preseason game. Doesn't matter, right? Preseason. But AJ Green went 5 for 5 from 3 and 7 for 7 from the free throw line. 12 for 12. Didn't miss a shot all night. I think that's fun. Like, good for him. Like it's kind of a reverse this weekend. For some people, the weekend starts Thursday night. So I'll start that with AJ Green. Tonight we got dinner at a friend's house. Tomorrow, my brother and sister-in-law are in town, so we're hanging out, going to the game tomorrow night. Not sure if I'm going as a fan or as media. I have a press pass and I have a ticket. So I'm trying to figure that out. Sunday, I think we're having like, I don't know what we're doing Sunday, but I'm sure I have to coach some softball in the afternoon. And then I'm hosting the Green Bay football post-game show right here on the Fan with Tommy Wirtz, where it should be fantastic.
Will be fantastic.
Yes.
It's going to be a fantastic weekend.
Yes.
Personally, I am out of Dodge the second this show gets over this morning.
Where
I've
you
talked
going?
about it all weekend for weeks now. The Pink Flamingos, which is a nonprofit I'm a part of here in Northeast Wisconsin, the Green Bay De Pere area, are teaming up with another nonprofit, and we're throwing a giant Oktoberfest party tomorrow in De Pere. If you are anywhere within an hour's drive,
Pumpkins?
well, I don't care for how long you drive, I guess. There will be music, beer, bands, booyah. Do you know what booyah is?
I do know what booyah is.
There will be booyah.
I've had booyah with Mason Crosby in Green Bay.
I love it. There's a lot of booyah,
although
a lot of brats,
Swamico.
and a huge thanks, if I may, to Pep's Draft House Pizza. If you haven't had a Pep's Draft House Pizza,
I've not. I've heard great things. I haven't had, though.
Get on it.
Okay.
You're welcome in advance. They are the presenting sponsor of Celebrate Flocktoberfest tomorrow at Legion Park in De Pere, Wisconsin, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. $5 to get in. All of the proceeds back into our communities for this one, major families in need. That's what we're doing it for.
Really, I love that. That's awesome. Send pictures.
You got it.
On the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, Brian in Milwaukee, who's a good friend of ours from Henry Flack Steakhouse, where I knew you went last Saturday, but also Natty Oaks is part of their group as well. He says, I can't emotionally handle being at the Brewers game tomorrow, so we're giving away 2 pairs of 2 tickets to enter the raffle. Have dinner at Henry Flack Steakhouse tonight between 4 and 8:30. So if you don't have dinner plans tonight, you're going to Henry Flack Steakhouse. Let's do it, people. And
just to be clear, that is not a raffle that the Fan is doing.
No, the Fan has nothing to do with it. That is at Henry Flack Steakhouse. Fan is not involved at all.
I'm going to try to watch the PLE tomorrow morning, but I'm going to be honest. I am so in Brewers mode and Flocktoberfest mode. And obviously the Packers are home on Sunday, which I hope by God I'm on my couch by then, because it has been a week. It has been a week of late nights and stress and Brewers and Packers and just I don't know if you are a part of any nonprofit efforts, but when you go all in, you go all in. This has been an awesome week. It all comes to a wonderful climax this weekend, and I think the Brewers get it done. I do.
From your mouth to God's ears,
this is stupid. People are going to say this is stupid. I have no reason to believe they're not going to get it done.
Right.
You're not going to win every game. Last night was a big turd burger. We're all on that same page. I didn't think they played terrible in the game before, but Priester gave up one bad inning and everything was downhill from there.
Yep.
This team isn't dead. This team is the best in baseball in the regular season for a reason. They can turn it back on. I look to this team to show up with the energy that we need them to show up with the moxie, with the fun and the power of friendship, and a magic brew on Saturday night in AmFam Field's beautifully protected dome.
Yeah.
We're going to get this done.
There you go.
And
like
Monday.
That. How will the Packer game be different if the Brewers win or Brewers lose based on like the energy of the fans on Sunday at Lambeau?
I haven't seen him text in yet, but one of my best friends is Jason from the 920. I think he got into a couple 2-3 drinks last night after bowling.
Yep.
So I haven't seen him this morning. We call it the trifecta.
Ooh. Okay.
This weekend, I have the trifecta. I have Celebrate Flocktoberfest.
Yep.
I have the Brewers.
Yep.
And then I have the Packers.
Nice.
And I can promise you that how the first two go will absolutely affect my mood on Sunday. And so it'll be different.
That's fair.
Now, here's what I
ahead.
love the most, real quick, Mitch.
Yep.
If the Brewers win on Saturday night,
please,
you would not believe how much Brewers gear is going to show up to Lambeau Field on Sunday.
I love that.
And I love that.
Yeah, I love that. Brent,
so what do you think? What's going to happen, brother?
I think they figure out a way to win, but I'm not confident about it. Brent writes in that he bought 4 tickets for the game, but his wife and son are going to Mumford and Sons Saturday night. So it is Whitefish Bay homecoming Saturday tonight, football against Nicolay, and the dances tomorrow night. So Big Rumble will be at homecoming this weekend. Trevor, what do you say? I mean, I think the Brewers figure out a way to win, but I don't say that with any confidence. Like
I say it with all the confidence in the world.
How do you say that with all the confidence in the world?
Because of the team that showed up in game 1 and game 2. And did you not hear the rant I just went on? Game 3 wasn't that bad. Priester was bad, but it wasn't that bad as a game as a whole. Yesterday stunk.
Yeah.
So I have no reason to believe that the Brewers won't be able to find the magic that they have bubbling around in their bellies and bring it to AmFam Field tomorrow night. That's what I'm going with.
Brett writes in on YouTube. Remember in 2011, 2-0 lead, drop 2 in Arizona, come back home and win it. We need Brewers fans to show up and be loud. Let's win it on Saturday. How about Chad Patrick to start? I don't know if Chad Patrick's starting, but I think he's on the list because he's been dealing. He's been dealing. I think he's on the list. I think I figured out the first 3 pitchers. I really do. I think it's a Quintana sandwich.
Priester.
It's either Priester, Quintana, Miz, or Miz, Quintana, Priester. But it's those 3 with a Quintana sandwich to go righty, lefty, righty.
I like Miz out of the bullpen a lot more than I like him starting. And we have very few opportunities to gauge that on, but it is what it is. Yep. All right, we got to get out of here. Yep. I cannot wait to talk to all of you on Monday morning. And when I say all of you, I mean all of you.
I might even have to wake up and call in if good things happen Saturday night.
We're live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We appreciate you for being here, Thunder. You have been listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Go Brewers. Let's go.